Hello and happy Wednesday, everybody. Why aren't people's cameras showing? There they go. Oh, we have cats, we have plushies, we have things and stuff. Anyway, hello everybody. As you can see, several of us are in new locations this week. Lots of moving happened. And travel and things. So, yeah, if I'm scattered, it's because I had a long day and I'm tired. Anyway, let's introduce our lovely players. Before we get into it, we'll do a quick recap because it's been a while. And then we'll jump right into it. So we're going to start with the top left of everybody's screen. That would be Sol.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back, guys. I'm so excited. I am Sol. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing your Tabaxi Rogue? I don't know. That's not even a class I'm looking into.
Do you want to talk about multiclassing again?
No, I am your Tabaxi Rogue, Synarch. I was just looking straight at Aki's window while I was talking to focus. He uses he/they pronouns. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. They. It's right on the screen. Mm-hmm. What's up, guys? I can do this. I'm also scattered. And right now I have nothing to plug. Thank you.
Hi, y'all. I'm Alyssa. Hi, y'all. I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Revelation, our Aasimar Circle of Stars druid who uses she, they pronouns. I don't think he's in frame right now, but this is Hamon. He will be popping up, but I can't type random things in chat, for which I apologize. Sharmy.
Hi, I'm Sharmy, also known as Captain Sharmy, various places around the internet. I will be playing Aurora Incineratus, the Fire Genasi sorcerer, hot girl, sassy lady right now. We both use she, her pronouns.
Aki.
Hello, I'm Aki, or Akino. Pronouns are she, her, and I'll be playing Dayu Silverhair, who also uses she, her pronouns. That is your Bunomancer. I am grateful that both in-game and out-of-game there is officially a black cat to keep Alyssa in check. Thank you. Things to plug, not... Oh, there is one thing I can plug. So I am an any nominated writer now. Tianxia World Guide has been nominated for Best Setting. You can vote now, so please go vote. That is a really big team with ironically, a lot of my mutuals and friends. It's my goodness, it's just a bunch of fucking Asians that wrote a setting. So please, go vote. It would be really big. It's a very big win. And that's it. I think that's all I got. Yeah.
Moving on to Mari. Also, if you can send me that link, I'll post it in chat.
Yes. Hi, I'm Mariana. I also go by Lagrimosa with a 0 on Twitter and other places. I play Nikita Ayaga, the Wood Elf Barbarian, and we both go by she, her pronouns.
And last but not least, hi, I'm Mandy. I go by they, she, or any pronoun said with respect. I play everybody else. I guess this is part of my intro now. I would say something about the crit awards here, but the voting closed on the 7th of July, so we are just anxiously waiting to find out whether I got it or not, I guess. Anyway, thanks to everybody who voted for me. Thanks to everybody who nominated me. I've never been nominated for anything before, and as these fine folks here on the screen have been telling me, I earned it, apparently. So... yeah, cool. Enough about me. Let's talk about this game that we're all playing. What happened last session? Here's how I get out of doing this. For luck die for the entire party. Give me a good recap.
If it was just luck die for me, I would have done it, but since it's the whole party, someone else can lead.
That's the most Rev thing you're gonna say all session.
That is the most Rev thing you've ever done in your life.
So
I can do it if y'all are stumped.
What we
did some dancing in a ballroom to unlock a door.
Yeah, by putting it was very gay. Then didn't know how to dance, and then suddenly threw everything out and was like, "I am the best dancer in the world." After the music stopped, best dancer. I rolled a nat 20, and then like another like really high roll. I'm the best dancer in the world.
Yep, that's totally the most important thing about the last episode.
Yep, exactly. The fountain at the edge of the puzzle room that we were in, the puzzle ballroom, became steps into the final chamber of our dungeon crawl, which had a constellation floor that had like a bell constellation and two other constellations and a sorry, yes.
A coffin for Nisos and a sword for the legend of the three maidens of Loch Nimue, wherein one maiden killed herself to destroy an evil that was destroying the lake, and that freed the lake from an evil curse. The sword was called Lightbringer, and apparently Valdin kins her.
Womp womp.
Rev immediately tries to touch the coffin that is at the end of a long dais. And Sid is like, actually, please don't. Actually, don't. My dear, my love, don't touch it. Let me check it for traps. And
because we've seen Critical Role. At least two of us have seen Critical Role. And we know what happens when you touch a magical death coffin underground.
I mean, you laid on a magical death table, Aki.
That's just
that's died.
Called out.
That
Called
is
out
so
live on
different.
stream.
No, that's so different because me and that god are unfortunately homies, whereas Alyssa is not only Rev is not only homies with that god. I don't even think Rev is homies with the god that she's with. So like, godless being, okay.
Anyway, and how did you check for traps? Was that by touching the coffin?
Yeah, sorry, you were trying to open the coffin, and Sid was like, "Don't do that." So he gently touched the coffin, and because he touched the coffin, he got sent to the spirit realm, and had a chat with Valdin, who has implied that A, the timeline is wrong, B, things are happening faster than they should, and C, they're not happening the way they're supposed to. He knows Sin's parents. And he has told us that the Veil of Night is holding back the shattering or locking it underneath something because he doesn't want you to see. Like, he's like, you don't want to see what happens if the shattering happens. All right. He's told us that Kaito is probably not alive again yet because otherwise he would have been doing stuff. Which has implications that all the other guys are probably not actually dead. Like, we know for sure that some of them are alive, but we're like, what's going on here? And he told us about the mad god Hakanor, who was the reason he decided that like everything should die, immortal and mortal life, and that's why Valdin and the sages stepped up to put a stop to that shit.
Womp womp.
And then Valdin tells him all this really cool, interesting stuff and says, you can't talk about it. You can't talk about it. You're not allowed until my power manifests. And Sin was like, I'm sure I can do that. So that's probably going to be fine later. And then he's like, sorry, this is going to hurt. And he stabs Sin. He stabs Sin in the Shadow Realm. And Sin comes back. And to everybody else, it looked like he was only standing still for like a second. And he falls over because he was stabbed and he screams. And there's like blood, but then there's not. What? And everybody's like concerned. And Sin's like, don't open that. That's cursed. That's traps. Don't open that. Which is a lie, well, not a lie technically, but he was told by Valdin to tell them not to. Don't open the fucking coffin. We investigated more of the room, and we found that there was a broken tablet that had that Sharmi's Aurora's blood called to her and was like,
Charmy's blood. Oh no.
Yeah, Charmy's blood. Oh my god. I'm not a phlebotomist. I don't take Charmy's blood.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I really hate touching other people with medical senses. Aurora used her blood to repair the tablet, which has a promise to the that has a druidic promise to keep everything together.
Yes, it's the druidic accord between the city of Hallowgate Necropolis, really Southmore, and the Vale of Night. It is the agreement between the two nations that this druidic place of power will be maintained in the interest of maintaining the Vale over the Ward of Night.
Yes. And then a semi-corporeal bell, which there is a giant statue of Omira over the sarcophagus.
Yes, the Mumther statue.
Yes, the Mumther. And a semi-corporeal bell shows up. Everyone tries to touch it, and it doesn't work. And then Cinna's like, hold on, let me just... Bing! And then all the ghosts came back. And the connection, we assume the connection to the Vale of Night was restored with like super ghost power. And Dayu got really excited because now all the ghosts were back, and she could chat and make sure that, and all the ghosts of the druids there and all their old forms were destroyed by the festering when they invaded. So they went and went into other zombie forms to come out and be able to walk around and maintain this place.
Yep.
Told us a bit. Minty is the current leader of the druids, and told us a bit more about what happened and what the druidic culture there was like before everything sort of went to shit and they couldn't come back. And gave us like the appropriate told us like, hey, you can let that lich know that the Undercity's back, baby. The druids send their regards.
Yep.
And then at the very end, Sin snuck away to ask people about his parents, just in case. And the person he asked had no idea, and he didn't want to like say too much to the party, especially about like how he might have known that his parents were alive here. Though can't explain that right now. And then we had a small argument about where we should go and how we should leave the city. Where Rev was like, let's just bounce. We don't owe these people anything, let's just bounce. And Sin was like, that sounds like a good idea. But then Kazuhiko's like, no, we should probably report and see if we can get money. And Sin was like, money! I want money.
I want money.
And then everyone else also agreed with Kazuhiko, and Rev was mad about it. And that's it.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Once again.
What's new? Rev was mad. Womp womp. It's
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Just like that, huh? Okay. Excellent. That was pretty great. Yeah, the other thing I would note is since it's been a hot minute, and also because we have a bunch of new people in chat, they have just been through a kind of insane, almost nonsensical dungeon, which had many traps and many puzzles and many bosses within it. So I don't want to downplay everything that they have done to get to this point, because we've been in this dungeon for a while. Even though you were probably supposed to be in the labyrinth for about twice as long as you were. That's okay. So you have now finally, at last, made it out. And you have, actually, let's change this. We'll change the music. I don't remember what music I had for Hallowgate. It was something weird, I'm sure. Whatever.
I have a question for the party that like would be discussed on the way up, which is
You're
what
heading up a series of staircases, essentially, to get to where you need to go. It's gonna take a while.
what are we gonna say to them when we get up there? I mean, about the bell, we obviously don't want to mention it now, right?
I mean, we can just say we didn't find it.
I mean,
That's what I think.
we didn't really find it. It was like a fake bell. It was like a dream bell. When it went away when we dinged it.
So we can say we didn't have access to it. We weren't able to reach.
I mean, who
Reach
cares
the
what that
city.
lich wanted anyway?
More important to me is telling Lord Hallowgate.
Well, he didn't want us to get the bell anyway.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
boom, we win. Super
And,
victory. We should ham it up. Well, actually, we don't need to ham it up because this was awful. And we should get paid a lot for what we did.
Yes.
I had also asked them for a favor back when we spoke in return for information about what lies below. Not about the bell, but about the other stuff. To Lord Hallowgate, not that old weirdo. So if we were still interested in that, there might be some sort of favor we could leverage out of the situation and not only money. Money is
Help.
given.
How much do we intend to tell him?
That's what I'm asking.
I mean,
Everything?
Everything?
I think
see no
some things should be
problem.
left out. Sorry.
Oh, no, I see no problem in telling him that we've restored the accord between our city and his, since they should have been keeping it up regardless. And Minthy told us that she didn't have a problem with them knowing that the spirits were back. What would you want to... I mean, nothing personal. We would tell them. Nothing about...
No, I was more thinking just about, what we encountered down there, how many levels there are, whether there were traps. These are all things that were rumored to above. And specific knowledge, especially for somebody who wants to eventually become the Duke instead of that asshole, might be, worth something.
I certainly
mean-
think knowledge of the festering below their city is worth mentioning and worth something in return.
do we disclose the knights?
No. We don't need to.
I mean, the druids are gonna find out some of the knights on the second anyway.
They kind of did start moving and walking into a direction that we don't know. So maybe it would be in their best interest to know of a potential threat in the future. As a security thing.
Or perhaps they went up into the palace and now there's not a Lord Hallowgate and a Lich to talk to.
They left with magic. Why leave with such powerful magics just to go up there? It
Well,
seemed
they
like
weren't
there
the
was
only
something
ones.
bigger than all this.
That's true. But there are still some, dormant ones that are just there.
And the druids will watch over to make sure they don't escape again.
Okay,
Like, how did they get there? I presume the druids were involved.
true.
Probably. Maybe Veldin trapped them for shits and giggles. That's what I would do to my enemies if I hated them enough. Just stone forever, dick. Maybe unlock you for a second to beat your ass again, and then dink, stone again. Fuck you.
It is a power move.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't keep. I wouldn't keep those around unless I couldn't kill all of them. Like a trap, but you want to make sure nobody else can get to them, so you bury them 60 feet under.
That's a lot to think about.
I think we'll find answers if we keep... We've got like 5 more? 4 more?
More what?
Places of power.
4 more things to do before to restore a balance. It wasn't just this one. We just don't know where the other ruins are.
I know. I was just thinking in terms of what we could get out of Lord Hallowgate in this specific instance. If there was anything other than attempted teleportation that you guys could think of, then in return for that information. No, only the only the Duke can do it. Only the,
But if we go to the Magic Tower, which is, we can take our halfway there, and then at the Magic Tower, we'll probably just teleport it the rest of the way anyway, without owing the Duke anything.
I wasn't suggesting that we ask the Duke for anything. I was just thinking what can we get out of sharing this info.
What do you want?
Well, I'm thinking that will help us to get to the next location. Like, I don't know.
He could still help us with transportation, like horses or a boat. I have no idea if this place has a harbor.
Did we establish that like there was a connection to water, but it wasn't in the city? Isn't that part of our travel?
A connection to the water?
Like Southmore had somewhere we could get a boat, but it wasn't in this city.
It's a different city towards the right of the map, if I'm correct, right?
That would be Sarrow Bay City.
Okay.
Yeah, where the other druid went. The druid you tried to replace me with.
That is oh my god.
Oh my god.
That is where Wolf, the very, very kind halfling druid with memory loss, parted ways with you because the only thing they could remember was that they were on their way to Sarrow Bay City, and you had all considered going there to get a boat instead of trekking over land, where you ended up fighting a death dragon. Which
That's fine.
Which you might not have had to do if you took a boat instead,
It was
options. Anyway,
just carry a torch.
Oh, we're just walking it back a little bit. Some of the facts, like Wolf, the person who has a name, who Revelation fucking hated because
a name that
like,
Sin gave them.
Yes, a name that Sin gave them because they didn't remember their name. So
is that why Rev was so upset?
I love it. I love the petty jealousy. It's so good. I don't trust them. They don't remember who they are. Fuck this person.
You're not seeing the romance? evil romance?
Hey, you know what? Wolf could have been a romance option. But you let them go off on their own. Anyway,
now they're gonna be the BBG romance.
Sarrow Bay City, well, I mean, Hallowgate Necropolis is pretty close to the sea as well. They just don't have a specific... They're not a port city because they're a little bit inland. But they're they're pretty close to the sea.
So, okay. I should just look at the map instead of just, asking you questions, but I was going to say, would it be worth our time to try to take a boat to Fouchus instead of
to take a boat to Fouchus?
Like
Instead
thinking as our next like location of where we're trying to go. Like
Oh my God,
if
thank
from
you for the
Zero
bets. Thank
Bay.
you for the hype train. What the fuck is happening right now?
Ooh.
Holy shit. So you're asking what the fastest method is to... You're asking if Aurora knows this.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me survival.
Ugh.
That's the kind of information you're asking about. Navigation is survival. I should open your character sheets. That might be smart of me to do. I'm so tired.
That's a 5 total.
Oh, well,
So no, Aurora doesn't know. So that means I'm not.
You're
gonna
not
look at
even
the
sure
map.
what direction Fouchus is in. You're like, I've heard of it, but I've never been.
Over there somewhere.
Could I, please, also do that role as a resident of Southmore? Who knows that they're in Southmore, and therefore the actual direction is, in fact, so...
Jesus Christ. Well, I guess my question is this something that Aurora is bringing up out loud to the party, or is this something that you are asking if Aurora just knows?
I guess Aurora is asking the party, like, would it be worth it to try and travel by boat? Because then maybe we could ask Lord Hallowgate for help acquiring one.
Gotcha. Yeah, Dayu, you can absolutely do that with advantage because you probably have training in navigating, especially in Southmore. Because your boyfriend is a ranger of Southmore.
Bruh, I was brought up to be this motherfucker's wife. I
Yes,
better
you were.
also know how to read a map. Or else, how the fuck am I supposed to survive just getting there? But advantage was good, thank you. So that's 19 on the die for 25.
I almost clicked on the completely wrong character sheet. That's not Kazuhiko. That is something.
I need you to know that the advantage was so good because I rolled a 1 and then I2. Well, I mean, my modifier is a +6, so I would have been higher than Aurora's, but not by much. Advantage though, 25.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the energy in the studio today? You guys are fucking... You should have seen this shit behind the scenes. Can I just tell you? What's
Sorry.
going on? I have no idea. Yes, you absolutely know where to go, and you know that while you could charter a boat, it would actually be faster to go over land to get to Fouchus.
Mm-hmm. Dayu will just kind of wave the party, like at the party, to get their attention. Be like, it's actually faster to walk. So maybe something else like a wagon or horses would be better.
Kazu kind of looks at you all and he says, well, do you plan to go back to the Vale of Night first, or are we heading straight to Fouchus?
I think that we should head straight to Fouchus. Look at how strange just having this druidic place of power be out of sync. If similar things are happening all around, we should make our run directly to our next location.
Yeah, we're kind of on a time limit.
Oh, I thought we were trying to get to the mountain.
Well, Fouchus will be our way to get more fast to the mountain.
The idea,
And
I think,
there's
was teleportation circle in Fouchus would get us to the teleportation circle in Elysia, in the capital,
Yep,
and
in
then
Wintergate.
travel from there.
Oh, okay, thank you. That part, didn't remember.
I thought we were walking.
And this is assuming you. I don't. Did they tell you where the tower was, or is that what you're hoping to learn?
Did they say it was in? Is the wizard school in Vadris?
There is a wizard school in Fouchus. Yes.
I can't remember if they said that that's where it was, or if I just sort of assumed that.
The tower is I don't know that
Somewhere
it was
else.
specified
Okay.
to you, but I will just tell you the tower is elsewhere. It is referred to in a singular manner and not connected to the Magus College of fuck. Now you're making me remember my own lore, damn it. The Magus College of fuck me. That's the Mage College name.
Mage College
the
of
Mage
fuck me.
College of
That's a pretty intense mage college.
the Mage the Mage College of Costa Ferro. Wait. No, Costa Ferro's further south. I lied.
Costa Rica.
Costa
I also
Rica!
thought
Costa
Costa
Rica!
Rica, and I was like, damn.
Now I'm talking in italics.
Missed y'all.
I missed you guys too. Where is it? No, South Point is the furthest south. I need to remake the map. That's the problem we're experiencing here today. It is separate though from the Mage Tower. The Mage Tower is kind of on its own. Oh, the Mage's College is in Fonvolo, which is the
Capital.
it is the capital of Fauchus. The Wizard's Tower, however, is separate. It is not in Fonvolo. It is local to it.
Okay. What? So within the area of Fonvolo.
Mage College of Smoking. Yes, thank you. Yeah, you guys are definitely gonna meet Faye there. That's happening.
Dog.
Doge. In terms of navigation, assuming you have an inn to this wizard tower, yes, it would be faster to get to Wintergate taking that route. Alternatively, if you do not go that route, you could go straight through the Veil of Night to get to Wintergate. Wintergate is only few days travel outside of the northern pass of the Veil of Night. The far northwestern side of the Veil.
Which Nikita is familiar with, yes?
You are extremely familiar with that area. That is where you were raised.
Mm-hmm. Even that pass from Okudai to Renegade, right?
You were raised just past the edge of the mountain range that surrounds the Veil of Night. In fact, there is a pretty large unclaimed forest just on the other side, and that is where your adopted father's cottage was in the woods there.
There is a druidic place of power that we're supposed to find in Fauchus, correct?
You assume so.
Fucking Kalgoshiri.
You were given instructions and paperwork to go to Hallowgate Necropolis.
Mm-hmm.
That was stop number 1.
Because we didn't know locations for other places. We just had vague information. So we don't have any leads on where exactly to go next, which is why we kind of have this struggle.
The Kaligo Shire is by Dingleberg. Like, I can't.
So,
I mean, Sin does have things that he needs to say to them, but that's constantly.
So you have a few options. Technically, where you are located within Southmoor, you are further east, and you are therefore closer to, the territory line between Southmoor and the Amario Wilds. That is technically closer than than the edge of Fauchus is to you right now. So if you were to go east through the wilds, that is closer to getting further north. Or again, straight through the Veil of Night, all the way north. You just keep traveling north, and you will hit Wintergate. So
Look, Furos told us to go through Fauchus. Not that I'm telling anyone else that, but
I wonder
Oh,
why.
I was trying to remember why the hell
I
we
wonder
wanted
why.
to go through Fautus.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Really good reasons, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
only good reasons.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
As you are traveling up these stairs and having your conversation about what travel routes to take, what you're going to say to the Duke or to Lord Hallowgate, whoever gets to you first, you realize that you are potentially getting closer and closer to being above ground because the smell and taste of the air begins to change after, quite a bit of time trudging up these stairs. It's like you are walking up a square tower. You are just kind of up and up and up and up and just continually going up. And eventually, probably after an hour or two, you start to see, like higher up above you, like a source of light. That is not you relying solely on your dark vision. And eventually, the higher up you get, you start seeing little ports in the walls to let air in. You smell in the distance the Hracketh Sea, the salt on the air, blowing through the windows as you pause on one of the landings. And I feel like it's pretty much directly face height with Nikita. The cutout in the wall. It's very small. It's not big enough for a person to fit through. It seems to be just enough for an archer to shoot through. And you look out, because you can't really avoid it. It's at your eye level. And you just see beautiful sunshine, blue sky beyond the area in which you are. As you know, it is perpetually dark over Hallowgate Necropolis. And the swell of the sea, there's a ship in the distance. And it just is really pretty and different from being underground all this time. You've been underground for days now. Damn near a week, I believe, at this point. You've been in the Undercity.
Nikita's gonna her eyes are gonna kind of like readjust to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a little bit more of a pep to her step, at least. She's looking forward to getting out.
Yeah, you look up and there's quite a lot of stairs to go still. You were underneath the city and now you are starting to be closer to level with the city, or not even quite there yet. It's a long trek up. But you can keep going if you want to go all the way to the top.
Begrudgingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are seriously getting leg day in, like, big time.
Aurora's complaining, has been complaining since half hour in.
After about another hour, you reach another landing. And this landing has a vaguely familiar sight to that of the lift that you saw in the Undercity. It is constructed in a smaller version of that, but it appears that there is a faster way up from here forward.
Nice.
Kazu looks at the lift and he goes, "Oh, thank the gods. I'm tired. We've been walking upstairs for hours."
The stairs too much for you, Kazu?
Tell me they're not too much for you.
What? She has a bit of a sweat going on.
He just kind of looks you over like, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
just
walks
be
onto the
glad-
lift.
Nikita, just be glad I didn't ask you to carry me again. My feet hurt.
But look, you don't have to walk upstairs anymore. We have this now. Don't worry. I would have done it for you, easy.
Thank you.
Oh my god, that's so gay. Pride Month lives. Pride Month lives on this channel. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is like the
where
embodiment.
This is Pride Month headquarters every month of the year. People, let me tell you about my best friend Drake. Thank you for the sub.
I was. You said Drake, and I was like, the rapper?
the fool who bet against
my arch
Argentina?
nemesis?
Yeah, no. We don't speak of that person in this house.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. I'm disappointed in you for thinking that.
The rapper?
It's
not
not
wrong, though. You cannot
I love
be
Drake. I love
not
our
fault. We
Drake,
can't
our
escape
fan
him.
Drake.
We cannot escape him. We want to get rid of him. He's literally not allowed to attend basketball games because he keeps showing up when we lose.
Can we not talk about him on the stream, please? Thank you. We don't
Yes,
like
let's
to
move on.
give pedophiles any airtime here on this channel. Moving on. So yeah, you all walk onto the lift and find the activation switch, and it's not difficult to do. It's there, and it takes you up quite a bit of the rest of the way before finally, after a couple more flights of stairs, after that's done, it seems that there was a lot of additions onto this city over time, and that's how these things happen. Finally, eventually, you find yourselves amidst civilization once again.
I will ask, and we took the entrance right up to court, right? So presumably, we'll be able to talk to people soon.
You are still in this area, and you start to hear like voices and boot falls and things like that outside, boots on stone, the clatter of armor, and you realize you might actually just be in the Duke's court right now.
Beautiful.
Before you finally at last find an exit door.
Yeah,
to
before
this
we
area.
exit the door, I'll turn to Aurora and say, "You'll talk for us, right?"
Sure. What do we want to say?
Just get whatever we can for travel, I think, and don't tell them more than we need to.
And don't talk about the bell. Got it.
And she will sort of, Rev will reach her hand out and I think just sort of brush a knuckle against Aurora's face and say, "You've got it." And you can feel a slight cold tingling as I'm casting enhance ability charisma on you. Eagle Splendor. So advantage on charisma checks.
That's so gay. I love that.
I love that we had the same thought, except different
Just the hand
different
touch.
spells.
Touch. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna fix Aurora's.
This campaign was not written for men. Nor
And
will it
I'll-
ever
I'll-
be.
I'll just say in quick response to Rev, that's one of the few times that Aurora has actually felt cold, and the new sensation makes her smile.
Oh my god. Okay.
Hand.
We're gonna-
Aurora, hand.
Hand?
Huh?
Hand.
Do you need it for something? You're not gonna cut it, are you? You told me not to before.
No. Let me hold it.
Oh, of course.
Gotta take it. This is gonna sound weird. No, it's not. I'm gonna take it. Take some of my paint. Kind of so now that your fingers are your hands a little bit painted up. However, casting guidance, so now you got nail polish, and you have guidance.
Oh my
love
god. That is so cute. So, with that in mind,
And Aurora walks in feeling like a hot girl.
We are stacking Aurora up. It's
Aurora's always
hilarious.
stacked.
No, Aurora's already stacked, exactly. We're
I'll
just in
just keep
case,
playing in the
zoom
background.
it up.
okay, so I have no idea where my music is that I used for the courtroom, so I'm just gonna click on this and hope that it works. So you Excuse you. The dog. What was I doing? Oh, right. So you go to this door, which very clearly is stone settled within a stone frame. It is... The seams are very, very thin to where you almost can't tell that it is a door. And you have a feeling that you coming through this portal of sorts, not the magical sort, the actual physical type, might be hidden to those outside of the door.
Oh, so
So-
we can move quietly and maybe not be noticed immediately? Is that the vibe?
Well, given that you were hearing boot falls and the sound of armor and people murmuring in the distance, you have a feeling that you've got a 50-50 chance. You're either going to be visible right away or you're not going to be seen right away, and you are taking a gamble by going through this door.
I'd like to be seen. I'm gonna go through the door.
All right. You go and examine the door. There is no door handle. There is no door knob. When you touch the door, it is almost as though it reacts to the presence of life and awakens to your touch. Little lights kind of show up in the stone carving that you couldn't quite see before because it's all dusty and gross. And the door does slide down ever so slightly, creating a gap in the top of the door and then sliding into the rest of the wall to get out of your way. And as you do that, you see that there is a wide hallway. You appear to be in the corner of a building based on this. There is a square room that looks to be barracks of sorts. There are beds with chests at the end, nightstands, a couple of wardrobes on the far side of the room, and a doorway that does not have a door leading out into a wide hallway. And you do hear people. Everybody roll me an insight check.
One or anyone?
Everyone.
Oh, okay.
Kazu rolled poorly. He is too busy looking at Dai's butt.
Walked up
too,
all
I
those stairs, buddy.
Plus,
We looking at the cake.
You looking at the cake?
I rolled a 9, so
16.
I guess same.
Dirty 20.
You have
I rolled
feeling...
natural 1.
Oh, love that for you. Anybody who rolled higher than a 12, 12 or higher, you are very clearly in the barracks for the castle guard, not the city guard.
So, what do we think would happen if we got caught by members of the castle guard without, anyone introducing us here? Like, because they did someone took us to see the Duke, right?
Yep.
But,
So
okay.
the thing that is in your favor right now, for Rev specifically, because you rolled the highest, I believe, unless I'm misremembering, please yell at me if I am. You know that the barracks are not connected to the I don't want to call it a palace. It's really not a palace. It's just like a mansion. The house. The seat of the Duke.
An estate.
The estate. It is a separate building. It is not connected to the main house. So you have a feeling that while they might not appreciate the surprise, at least you didn't show up in the estate. So this will be less bad, you think, if you have somebody talk right away. Maybe. Because you guys got escorted everywhere you needed to go within this level of the city, within the top level of the city.
Okay,
So-
idea, hear me out. What if we walk out of this building and call for an escort? Like, hey, show me to your leader.
Take me
Sounds
to your
good.
leader.
It's just a guard barrack. Sin says
Yeah, I just
completely
mean, so-
incorrect.
We don't have to sneak around to get there. Like, that sounds like a lot of effort. We could just go there direct if they know we're here and they know we want to talk, which we do.
A request
Also-
with confidence and authority. I don't see a problem.
Also, it's not a guard barrack. This is like the castle guard thing. I'm blanking on the word.
Barrack, probably. But that is a lot less good. Aurora should definitely speak for us.
Yeah.
You have, experience in talking down guard people.
And as you are having this conversation, a guard rounds the corner into the room that you are presently standing in, and he just like freezes for a second. And then
Hey, I was looking for you.
hand on blade, but does not draw it, and says, "Identify yourself."
I'm Aurora. These are my friends. We were here earlier speaking with the Duke. We'd like to continue to do so if you'd take us that way.
Why are you here?
Well, we
In
were looking
the
for someone
barracks?
to escort us.
In the barracks? Roll me
Yeah,
a
it happened to be
persuasion
the
check.
closest place at the time.
The barracks is where the guards live. Where else would we look?
So I get advantage, right?
If any of you happen to look, the door that you just entered through is closed.
I was
So
gonna ask.
it doesn't look like there was a door behind you at all.
Good, because I don't want to tell them anyway. So 19.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a little something. Thank you, D and Jesus. I'm rolling terribly today so far. He just kind of like narrows his eyes for a second, but you rolled way higher than him, and he is just like, well, the correct place to go would have been to the reception area. Please allow me to escort you there. What was your name again?
Aurora Incineratus, Lady Aurora, if you would be
My
so
lady.
kind.
He will incline his head.
We have business with the Duke. We started it earlier. We're earlier in the week. We're concluding it now.
He's
hopefully.
definitely looking at all of you, like in turn, like,
Me remembering that we specifically bought fancy clothes to go see the Duke, and now we're in our like week-old labyrinth clothes.
Yeah, he sees you guys like you're all dirty. You probably smell like festering and death and
We actually don't smell. It's
blood.
the only thing we know we could solve with prestidigitation is our smell.
All right, okay.
And
all right.
also the
Like
general
that.
state of the dirt. Like our clothes might not look the best, but there's no fucking way that all of us together walking up all those stairs was not just like, let me just sweat gone.
Yeah, we're giving shabby but clean.
Yeah.
All right, okay. I forgot how bougie you guys are. Hence the dragon name. So you he just kind of motions for you to walk ahead of him now because you are very clearly in somebody's barracks room and he is just like, I'm not even on duty. What the fuck is happening? He doesn't say any of that, but he's giving that vibe of like, dude, I just clocked out. What the fuck? But he is escorting you all out of this area. You do get some odd looks from the guards because nobody saw you come in.
Dang,
So-
sounds like they need better guards.
We were in someone's room specifically.
You were in like a dormitory style room.
Can Nikita
that
pay
has
attention to her
multiple
surroundings?
beds.
So maybe.
Sure. What
Just
is
in case.
what is the goal? Are you trying to remember the layout of this place?
It's to remember what room has this weird entryway.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I would say that this place is not overly complicated, so that's easy for you to do even without a roll. You are led from this room, which is clearly the corner of the building, based on the shape of the room and where you came out of, and you are led outwards into a long, wide hallway that has other similar rooms branching off of it. And very straightforward, you are past rooms, you are past the galley area, you are past kind of like a rec area almost, but not with like games and stuff, but like a place to sit and a fireplace and stuff like that, a place to read. And through like a main kind of landing area. It's all very linear, which is why I'm not making you roll for it. Towards the exit of this building. It's like a longer style building, very simplistic, clean lines, very military. It's not complicated or elaborate in any way, aside from the, secret fucking like stairwell / elevator shaft that none of these people apparently fucking know about, because there's a lot of secrets built into this city, as you have all found out. And he leads you out of these barracks and into courtyard, where he will speak in hushed tones with a guard who looks much more decorated than him. And they definitely are looking at you while they're having this hushed conversation a little off to the side. And the guard you recognize as one of the guards who escorted you previously. So this is somebody that has seen you all before.
And is getting flirty eyes from Aurora in attempts to, smooth this situation over. Like, you remember me, don't you?
Roll me another persuasion check.
Okay. Well, how long does this eagle thing last?
An hour, I believe.
Oh, yeah, this dice is much nicer.
Okay.
No, wait, go back to the bad dice.
No, I'm not going to do that.
17.
Dude, are you eating your paw? Can you stop? Good lord. It was an insight check. It's not like I was, whatever. You see the look of recognition. Aurora is eye fucking him, I guess. It's the only thing I can describe it as. Hey, he's not an unattractive man, so, whatever. He looks like a half tiefling. He's got smaller horns, more humanoid features. And he just he recognizes you all. He definitely is looking at Aurora now because because Aurora's hot, that's why. What do you say? What do you say to them once they're done with their conversation? They kind of start walking back towards you to continue the conversation with you present.
Hello again. You're taking us back to meet up with the Duke, right?
He hesitates for a second, but he says, "Yes, Lady Incineratus, Lord Redfang, and friends.
And the peanut
yes,
gallery.
We can certainly." God damn it, Charmy! We can certainly accommodate you. He looks surprised, as though he did not expect to see any of you again. And he says, "Are you here to see Lord Hallowgate, or are you here for an audience with the Duke? And
to be honest,
do you have an
both.
appointment?"
Well, it's kind of a pressing matter, so we were hoping to skip the appointment, but if we have to wait, I suppose we can.
Is it a matter of security or danger?
Makes eye contact with the rest of the party.
Sounds like it isn't. Therefore, it is not a pressing matter. However, I will not downplay the notion that it may be important.
The danger isn't current, but it might become so.
Are you wishing to see both of them my lady?
To be honest, yes.
Please allow me to escort you all to a sitting room while we go and check on where they are, as to my knowledge, you did not have an appointment today. So I will see where they are, and if they are already in other meetings or not.
Fine. We had a lot of things going on in the past few days. We didn't really have time to make appointments, but it's really that important that we sit around and wait. I suppose we could hold off on our business to accommodate these schedules.
He doesn't really banter back and forth with you. He simply says, please follow me, and he will lead you to a very familiar sitting room, which is the very same one that Lord Hallowgate absconded with you all to try and convince you not to speak to the Duke. What feels like many days ago. He does leave you in this area, and before long you are greeted by one of the not wait staff, that's not appropriate verbiage, like one of the attendants, who offer you all like tea and snacks and things like that. If you want any of those things, they kind of bring in a cart and offer you refreshment while you wait. And now I'm gonna roll some dice.
Oh, but also yay.
Yeah, one does not simply drop in on the Duke of the Hallowgate Necropolis. That motherfucker busy all the time. Okay, that's for the Duke. We're gonna call that for the Duke. And let's check about Lord Hallowgate. Hey! That's actually pretty good. Okay. I would like for... Hold on a second.
Puppy being a nuisance apparently today.
He is like really chewing on his paws today. I'm gonna have to take a look at it later. Can you please stop? It's also making like all kinds of noise. Hold on.
Pause for puppies. Pause for puppies. Pause.
Very good.
Okay, I think I have broken him out of his being stuck in let me bite my paw mode. Okay, he's done now. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the cone of shame on you on the break. You're being bad. Pause for pause. Okay, now that I have rolled these things, who's feeling lucky today? Okay, Soul. Soul raised their hand first. Soul, I would like for you to roll me a d20 and tell me the result. Don't you love a minigame? Oh, it landed on your keyboard. Oh, it's an nat 20. That's so fucking good. Who would Sin like? Who would Sin like to see first?
Sin, out of the two of those, would prefer to see Lord Hallowgate.
Okay. Excellent. That is fucking... Can I get some 20s in chat? God fucking damn. This is so good.
My two rolls this game have been a natural 1 and a 20, so yeah.
Damn. We're getting the
That's why I felt lucky. I was like, I got a natural 1. It's gotta be better than that.
We got the full fucking spectrum here tonight, folks. All right. You think to yourself, it'd be nice to talk to that Lord Hallowgate again. And almost as if the thought itself summons the individual, in strolls a familiar figure, the ever-shifting form of Lord A. Hallowgate. Today, she is dressed in resplendent armor with gold trim, deep red, like maroon cape. Hair is up today, and she strolls into the room, terrifying one of the attendants who quickly backs out of the room, and just kind of struts over to the front of the room to take her place in the same chair that she was sitting in previously when she met you all the first time. Lord Hallowgate sits and crosses one leg over the other at the ankle, one ankle over the other, and just kind of casually leans back and says, "Oh, I see you have survived. It is... I would say it is good to see you again, but since you do not have anything in particular in your possession right now, I would say I'm doubly glad to see you this time around. Tell me.
More likely than you think.
Tell me, what was it like down there?"
It was a lot. Is this a good place to talk?
Oh, do we require privacy? I see. Excellent. And she will draw her sword. It is a very fine rapier, but that is not the interesting part. The hilt is interesting. It is carved from a variety of metals that are all kind of melded together in these stringy strands, almost like dripping paint, but metal, kind of curved in on itself. And in the pommel, or the crossguard, I should say, of this particular rapier is a black stone. And she, with a perfectly manicured nail, taps the stone. And you see a kind of like a bubble of energy emanate from the sword over her, over you, over the room, and then dissipate. There, now you don't have to worry about prying eyes, prying ears, or prying gods. Please. Tell me about what you learned while you were underground.
Well, there was a lot of stuff down there.
What sort of stuff? Monsters? Traps? Moving walls? Eyes?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know 100% about the walls. Did the walls move? I think they did sometimes.
The walls moved.
Okay, yeah. So that also true. There were, however, also druids. Or eventually there were.
Druids. They
Once we
actually
start.
still live down there.
Not exactly.
Not exactly. And what, pray tell, does that mean, Lady Incineratus? I am dying to know.
Well, I think we had agreed that you would be the one to hear this information. I'm looking to the party for confirmation before I continue.
am very interested in this information, yes.
Great. So, we were able to make it down to Valdin's tomb, and
Her eyes widen. She is not hiding her expression when you say that.
there was not a lot down there at first, except for death and danger and horrible monsters. But once we were able to get into that innermost sanctum, we were able to, I guess, wake them. I guess that's what you'd say, Dayu?
Yeah, kind of.
Well,
with help,
you
of course,
heard
from
the-
the... Yeah, as you say.
The accord
Intriguing.
between our town, between our nations, was broken, and Aurora repaired it with magic, which returned the spirits of the druids.
It was like shattered, like broken, like cracked. I don't know if you know, it's a stone tablet.
He just kind of looks at you like, what? I'm sorry, she's in femme form today. She just kind of tilts her head and You are saying that you restored some kind of bond between Southmore and the Vale of Night?
Yes. So we could feel the difference afterwards.
And that is why you needed to go to the place of power.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Why? What did you expect?
I don't know. You didn't really tell us what you were doing down there. But since I assumed you were going to go down there and never come back, it wasn't really my problem, so I didn't really care. And now you are telling me there was something down there you needed to fix.
Yes, which is now fixed.
And you're saying it was something between our nations that was broken.
Well, I don't know if it necessarily included this part of the city. It may have just been the under part of the city, but kind of generally implied to be the country and not just here.
The rubbing will
she
say,
raises a brow, just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
we took a rubbing of the tablet. It's an old druidic, but it's an accord between Southmore and the Vale of Night to keep up the place of power.
Huh. I see.
And then Sin stops talking because he remembers that Aurora is supposed to be the one, because he's like 2 steps away from saying something rude.
You're saying that... Interesting. Ancient druidic tablets, broken, now restored. And this is all in service to what, dare I ask? Or is that one more thing you cannot tell me?
In service to our home, just to keep ourselves
In service to what?
the Vale of Night.
Oh, Aurora just was shattering.
Excuse me?
We found some information that the sages.
No. Not you. She points at Sin. What was that about the shattering?
Ugh.
You, come
Vale of-
here, and you feel compelled. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Another natural one!
What's happening?
I don't know! What the
Oh
fuck?
my.
Love when the dice do that.
You know, me too.
I have a question.
Time to step up, Valdin.
Hold, please.
Okay.
The stage just stepped up.
So the command you just received was approach. You must walk over to Lord Hallowgate. You have no choice. You are compelled by the command spell.
This looks weird when it touches Sin. And it's jerky because he is fighting it tooth and nail. But it's like he's on puppet strings, where like it's forward, and then I think, does command end when you finish the command?
It lasts for 1 round, so basically, yeah.
So he comes forward and like with this jerky motion, and when it stops, he sort of like stumbles down onto his knees in front of Lord Hallowgate.
Okay.
She kind of smirks down at you, very superior looking. Say again what you were talking about when it comes in regards to the shattering. It sounds like you were up to a lot more than some treasure hunting. So, is it something you are willing to tell me, or do I need to force it out of you?
We came here on behalf of the Sethask, which we told you.
I'm aware of that.
I don't know. why you're so surprised that
I am not surprised by that. You are talking about stone tablets and restoring something, and now you're talking about the shattering, which happened 1,000 years ago.
Well,
So-
the Veil of Night is starting to lose power.
Time out. Hold on a second. Time out.
Yes.
I'm just, as the DM, reminding you that you were very specifically told not to say any of these things.
Oh, I forgot that. Thank you for reminding me. Let's rewind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you just full on, like, you weren't commanded to speak, you were commanded to approach.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I forgot that we weren't allowed to say, because I thought that
Okay,
was...
I thought we were still
yeah.
on the same page because it was mentioned at the top of the
No.
show, so I just wanted to make sure. Okay, yeah.
I
All of this
didn't
just
pay attention. I'm very sorry.
Normally I would not do this because I love how delicious it is when people fuck up.
Mhm.
However, you were all told that you were not supposed to tell anyone the details of what you are doing, period.
I forgot.
Even the fact that Kazuhiko knows is bad.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Then I'd like to play it like this.
We can rewind. That is fine.
Yes. Gotcha.
Yeah, once you started
Sin-
doing that, I was like, oh, didn't we just talk about how you weren't supposed to talk
I
about
no,
this?
I forgot. I'm very
Okay,
sorry.
just okay, cool. So we'll
Yeah.
rewinding.
Yeah, Sin was like, I might have spoken to you before, but I don't appreciate what you just did. So you actually get nothing now.
She I'm gonna roll
Does she
to
look
see.
like she's about to cast a spell?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, I'll say if there's a pause between her next action and Sin's word, Aurora will step in just to say, if you want to receive the information that we have, casting spells on my friends is not the way to get it. I was willing to share with you if you were willing to communicate.
Darling, I don't think you quite realize the position that you are in. You are in my domain. You do not make demands of me. In fact, quite the opposite. However, if you are saying this is confidential information, I suppose I can respect it.
It's confidential.
Fine. Now, tell me what it is you are about to ask for. We're asking for favors and not giving very much in return. You tell me there are druids, whoop-de-doo. What else do you have for me?
Well, I'm not going to give it to you now until I get a guarantee that you're going to give us what we ask in return. I was going to offer the information up front under the guise of the friendship that we developed recently, but in the past few days it seems like something has happened to make you a little bit more prickly than you were the last time we spoke. No more speak of favors, you just didn't believe that we would make it out of there, and so now maybe you're taking some drastic actions up here. But we arrived with information that could help you in becoming Duke if maybe you knew about things that other people don't know are coming.
I'm listening.
Well, what we're interested in is leaving this place. Quickly. So, assistance with travel, resources towards that, is what we are requesting in exchange. I presume we'll be talking to Duke about payment for clearing out some of what we experienced down there, but we might have a little bit more information.
She actually laughs when you say that you were expecting payment from the Duke. Now, my dear, I don't believe that Garrett offered you any such money or any such payment. But that would be an interesting... I would love to spectate that conversation, if you don't mind. I do love to see his face when he is flabbergasted.
Well, I did ask for both of you, so I mean, if he's not too busy, he should be here any minute.
He's probably trying to make himself look a little less decrepit right now. He's awfully vain. So he'll probably put you off for an hour or two until he's done with his daily ritual of slowing down time. Oh, God. He's so disgusting. So yeah, he will likely make you wait for quite a bit. I highly doubt he will pay you anything, as he is not the one who asked you to go down there. Just setting realistic expectations. There was no such agreement. I think he asked you for the bell, which I very specifically asked you not to bring. Do you have it? It doesn't seem that you do. I don't sense it.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would.
But no, we actually don't have it.
Ah, does it exist? Did you see it?
In a way. Not accessible.
Peculiar.
I don't think it would be accessible to anyone with the way we saw it.
Oh. Mysteries upon mysteries. I suppose the favorite toy of the architect of this city would not be so simple. So
It wasn't
there's
even corporeal.
So there's druids still. The bell does exist, and thank you for not bringing that. I will give you payment for that.
Thank you.
And you are looking for aid with transportation. What sort of transportation do you want?
Well, since we can't get instantaneous, the
I
quickest
wish I
we can get
could.
over land.
The quickest you can get over land. And what is your destination?
Trying to look at the group. Did we pick between our two options where
you
we're gonna
going?
go?
The capital of Foutris.
You wish to go to Fanvelo. Alright. That is quite the trek. I could procure you some horses. It would be faster over land than by sea. You said you wanted to leave quickly, correct?
Yes.
I could see about, in the interest of diplomatic relations between the Vale of Night and Southmore, could loan you some horses, which I know I won't get back, but it is what it is. I suppose I could do that. That information about the druids is worth horses, I should say.
Excellent.
Will you?
Which brings us back around to the information about the decision not to pick up the bell. You mentioned payment. We're willing to collect.
Oh, I should hope so. First, I would like to prove to myself that you did indeed see it. Which of you is willing to allow me to peer into your mind temporarily? I will only be looking for the bell. I won't be digging through your secrets.
Nikita will raise her hand.
Fair enough. Come, come. I promise I will make it quick.
She'll
And
approach.
She does not get up, and she is looking at you, like, waiting for you to, like, kneel for her.
big.
Yeah. She's sitting in her chair. She is not getting up. I need to touch your forehead, dear. If you could lower yourself a little bit.
She'll go on one knee.
Excellent. And she will boop you on the forehead. And you feel... It's not a headache. It is... I don't know how to it's like a splitting of your skull, but it doesn't hurt. It feels very weird. It's like numb. For just long enough that you can see your memory of seeing the bell and of Sin hitting the bell and it disappearing. And just as soon as that happens, the feeling dissipates and she pulls her hand back.
Shakes her head.
Sorry, I know it's weird. I promise it didn't do any brain damage, darling. Although you do already have some, that's unfortunate.
She'll adjust her mask. Are you done?
Oh, I'm done, yes.
She'll stand back up.
Very interesting indeed. I would say. How does 1,000 gold sound? That seems a worthy sum. You're raising your hand, yes. Are you still kneeling next to her chair? That's my question.
I think he's changed from kneeling to like sitting. Because he's very like, again, he's kind of annoyed at everything that's happening right now. And he's just like, what if we also give you the rubbing of the accord and the name of the current druid? She had a message for the Duke. But if we pass it along to you and we give you the accord that states, that Southmore and the Veil of Night should have a bond, I think that if you push that you are the person who can uphold the accord, you might be able to get more control over the city.
Ha! Lord Hallowgate kind of smirks a little bit, like cat caught the canary kind of grin. Now that, my dear, is good information.
I told you we could be helpful.
Yes, I underestimated you. Does that make you feel better?
It does, thank you.
And they will kind of sit forward a little bit and uncross the legs and kind of man spread. And as they do that, like sitting in the chair, like just very dude-like, shifts back into a man. So you're telling me that you have information about this druid, a copy of this tablet, and you are willing to give that to me instead of to the Duke.
I don't like you, but I really don't like the Duke either, so...
Oh, he is much worse than me, darling.
I figured.
Trust me, as far as the scale of evil goes, he is already full tilt. What do you want in exchange for this? I just offered you a hefty sum of money just for information about the bell. What would you like?
Above the table, I have something in mind.
Ooh, I love this!
That is.
I love it!
But so, like, a quick aside with the group.
Oh, yeah. Feel free.
Sin is about to show his nationalism a little bit, if that's okay with the group. Like, Sin is about to be like, I want you to actually uphold the accord.
Oh, yeah.
I want you to provide aid to the Veil if they ask it.
And that's what Aurora was going to request, was a favor of the next person from the Veil who requests it. So I think your way is better.
Okay.
Our minds are melding, y'all.
Yeah, we got it.
It's like, hey, here's a contract. Keep the fucking contract.
Here. Please uphold this.
Yeah. Is that chill above table? We cool
Absolutely.
with that? Fantastic. So Sin, with a little bit of not swagger, but like a sense that like he is, yeah, he is. It's a swagger that he just rolls up to his feet from sitting, and he brings himself up to look as, I guess, dignified as he can. As short as he is, he's probably not that much taller than Hallowgate sitting down. But he looks at Hallowgate and he's just like, if this will help you control the city, I want you that when the Veil requests your aid, you grant it.
That is quite a steep bill. However, here is the thing. I, or we, cannot give you a blanket promise for aid. However, I could ensure that the powers that be, whether it's myself or the Duke, will be more amenable in the future. And now that I know that this accord exists, I would be willing to meet with this druid you mentioned and see what is needed. I would be willing to take steps in that direction. Guaranteed aid I cannot promise you, but I can work on it.
If you can't guarantee the Veil aid generally, maybe you can provide some present aid to us as a group as part of that promise. Do you have any magics you can share?
That
You see a lot, don't you?
I can certainly do. What sort of magic are you looking for?
Things to help protect, things to help move quickly.
Perhaps I can... Perhaps it would be best if I let you know the sort of magic I command. I'm a paladin in service to a higher power.
Above table. Yeah, sure, buddy. A higher power.
Which is just general bitchy talk for a deity that they are choosing not to reveal to you.
So, I guess healing magics is more your thing. I was thinking more of something we could carry along with us on our journey, but
You're looking for items.
If you've got
That
something
spell.
you can spare.
The spell you
Items.
used on this room seemed useful.
Oh, that is not something that can be taught, darling. A magic item. I suppose I could do that for you. Let me open. Fortune's favor the bold. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll on Fortune's favor the bold. I have to roll a D100 now.
Let's go.
14. What is number 14? Have we done this one yet? And if so, I will reroll.
I love that water container, Aki.
You get...
Easy.
oh, that's not great. That's not good.
Wow. How dare they?
Let me roll again. That's too low
Oh,
level.
thank you, benevolent DM.
No, the Duke would not... The Lord Hallowgate would not waste their time with lame shit like that. That's low level shit. That's much better. There we fucking go. That's so funny. I rolled on the table, and I have spell scrolls in several locations on Fortune's Favor the Bold, and I got the much higher level spell scroll. So you're welcome. Nice. You may have a let's see. Okay, you may have. I need to find. I need to roll a d8 now. Man, I haven't used this table in forever.
Ooh.
That's because we don't
This
do
is
donuts
fun.
anymore. Okay, it's gonna be conjuration.
See, guys, simping works.
Spells.
I love it.
Filter. Okay, so it's a 5th level spell. Spell school is conjuration. Filter. You receive a... Oh my fucking god. And you know what? I want to do it. Just because it's so good. Hold on.
The suspense.
There's a lot of really good 5th level conjuration spells, and guess what is included on that list?
I'm really bad at spell schools.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Conjuration.
Teleportation magic is included in that.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, Loki.
So,
We
I am going to. There are 2 options for a spell. I'm going to roll to see which one you get. I want whoever calls it out first, evens or odds.
Odds.
Okay. Lucky fucking duck. Lucky
Oh my
duck. You are so lucky.
Oh my fucking
You
god.
are so lucky. You get a spell scroll of teleportation circle.
What the fuck?
Circle.
Guys, does any one of us have the ability to use this scroll? Like, or eventually, I guess. Not yet.
You need a bard, sorcerer, or wizard, or arcana domain holy person who has. I think with spell scrolls you need to have the ability to cast that level of spell. So now all you need to do is find somebody who can cast a 5th level spell. I believe. I'll have to double check the rules on that.
I need you to know that I knew about teleportation. It was on my bard list eventually.
Yep.
If we level up 2 more times, that is about to become your favorite fucking person.
Also,
So
off the
yeah.
theme of the Bard School. Yeah, great. Cool. Tight.
We do know a guy at the bard school who showed
Yes,
us
you
around.
do. You do. You know, hey, you know a few people. So yeah, he basically like calls an attendant and says, you know, bring me such and such a chest from such and such a place. And a couple minutes pass and they bring the chest, and he will open it up and says, okay, magic, and sets aside some things that look very mundane. A book, a round kind of sphere, and some other miscellaneous things before producing a scroll. And looks at it and says, I admittedly don't recall what this is for, but I do know that it is strong because I can feel it. Here. I hope it is useful to you. Hand you scroll.
This is exactly what we want. Thank you.
Of course, I think I acquired it from some other adventuring party. So hopefully it's a good one. It's been so long since I even remembered that I had it. So really no small loss, but I believe it's probably a little bit of a higher. It's not easy magic.
Well, we may not be there yet, but there are more friends to make, and if not, you know, I use a quick study.
Well, if nothing else, it's certainly valuable. On top of the 1,000 gold I'm already giving you, and horses.
Well,
I
this
think-
sounds like an excellent diplomatic exchange.
I
There is
agree.
another piece of information, I think, that you might be interested in. above table the festering? Did you want to tell them about the festering?
Yes, and I have a thing for that.
I was thinking we should share that with both of them. Is my only.
I mean, we can tell it to him and then see what he.
Sin is literally. I guess I didn't say it like in so many words. Sin is literally being like, I don't want to talk to the Duke. I will get let's offer him information to like literally give him a one up on the Duke for this extra stuff.
Yeah, Sin is very clearly positioning himself to like support the Duke, to support Lord Hallowgate. Excuse me.
I don't know if that's cool with everybody else. I thought it was a little clear, but then I realized that I wasn't clear, and I'm very sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm on board. Though I have a thing for the festering.
Do we want to take a break here while you guys decide your next move?
Sure.
It sounds like we're still deciding, maybe a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Hey, folks. I know it is slightly early, but we are going to take a quick little break here. So that I can hydrate and stretch my legs and all that fun stuff. So, everybody get up, stretch, touch some grass maybe, and we'll see you in like 10. Bye. are back. I'm gonna give the cameras a second to appear. I don't know why it does that. Charmy will be joining us shortly. She's walking the doggo, so we're gonna get back into it here. And why is Spotify open? Get out of here. I don't know why that's open. We are, so quick recap for all the folks who just joined us. Thank you for the raid, Queer Apollo, much appreciated. Thank you for hanging out, even though we were on break. Yes, the art you see on the screen, that is my work. Everybody here made their characters so awesomely and things and stuff. And Tabletop Misfits, thank you so much for the raid. Another raid! Hey, friends, how's it going? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for yet another raid. Spectre, can you also shout out Tabletop Misfits, please? Thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. We are just about to recap the episode so far, since we have just come back from break. So the party left the Undercity of Hallowgate Necropolis, which is a city, two cities in one, essentially. There is a large tiered city above ground with very impenetrable walls, very defensible, full of sentient undead ghosts and a variety of other undead creatures and ghostly things and stuff. And on the flip side, underneath the city is the Undercity, which is it's basically a labyrinth with a labyrinth in it. There's a labyrinth in it, and there's lots of traps and puzzles and mini bosses and spirit elementals and things like that. As well as, you know, random ballrooms that have statues that also are a puzzle that lead you into a tomb that has other things in it. And if you want to know more about that and all the details of those, go watch the rest of the series, because there's a lot of that in this game. I like Legend of Zelda games, and there's lots of puzzles in those, so there you go. Anyway, you all escaped the Undercity after reviving the druidic order of the Undercity, bringing them back to life, quote unquote, with the Sovereign's Bell, and we're given an exit back to the city, going up many, many stairs and an elevator, and then some more stairs before finally reaching the very top of the upper city to speak with the Duke. You are in the middle of an audience with Lord Hallowgate themselves. I say that because sometimes I will refer to Lord Hallowgate as he or she pronouns, because they are literally gender fluid and can change their form at will. They have revealed to the party that they are a paladin of deity name to be disclosed, and are exchanging information with the party that will give Lord Hallowgate a one-up on the Duke of Hallowgate, who is somebody that he is trying to undermine. There are some political aspects here, so there will be references to that in the coming moments here. And so you have now given Lord Hallowgate information regarding the fact that the druids still live. You informed him that you have completed your quest, but you cannot disclose the details of that quest. You have informed him that you can give him a copy of the Accord and the name of the druid who is the leader of the druid sect in the Undercity, in order to make contact and to uphold that Accord in the interest of improving relations between Southmore and the Vale of Night. All of which has made him very amenable, even if he is still kind of treating you like cat playing with a mouse a little bit. Lord Hallowgate is a very vain and superior person, and they will continue to be so until a little more respect is earned from them. They are difficult to earn their respect from, not that you guys really need it. What can I say? I made them to be very cunty. It's really all I can say. And I believe where we left off was you've just been gifted. Okay, so you got, for not bringing back the bell that you used to resurrect the druids, For not bringing it to the upper city, you've received 1,000 gold. You've requested aid for transportation. He will be providing horses. And then you also asked for an exchange of magic in immediate assistance, given that a solid alliance cannot be promised, as you are not the leaders of the Vale of Night, and also he is not the only leader of the Necropolis. And so in exchange, in lieu of promising ongoing aid, he has offered immediate aid with a promise to work towards being able to provide said aid when requested in the future. And he has produced to you a spell scroll that above table you know what it is, but as characters you do not. A 5th level conjuration spell scroll, and Charmy got very lucky with her roll, and you now have a spell scroll of teleportation circle, which is exactly what you needed. It is precisely what you needed for the next leg of your journey. The dice gods are in your favor today, not mine. I will say that. So now we are back in scene. You were in the drawing room, the very well-appointed drawing room that you always seem to get corralled into every time you meet with Lord Hallowgate. And he is kind of expectantly waiting for more information from you all, so I will let you take it away.
Yeah, I think that Rev was the one who opened this conversation because above table, she's like, this is a threat, and he's going to talk to Minthes, so he's going to learn about it anyway. But by bringing it up right now, it seems like I care about people, and I need that energy from the rest of the party. So she'll say, while in the Undercity, we found evidence of a great threat to Southmore. Have you heard anything from Blackade recently?
I heard there was that's the wrong voice. I heard there was an attack. Some sort of band of monsters. There was a fire. A lot of people died. I'm still working on getting the status of rebuilding the town. But I hear it was quite a lot of death. And you see that they get kind of somber at that. They're very much not being pompous about it. Like, oh, whatever, they're dead. I don't give a fuck. Why do you bring this up?
There was sign of those same monsters in the Undercity.
So, one thing I haven't been able to discern quite yet is what the fuck actually happened. Nobody seemed to know what sorts of monsters caused the attack. Some said there was a dragon, some said there was a serpent, some said there were giants, some said there was other things happening, some said there was a knight on the back of a stag.
Most of those are true.
So what the fuck is it then?
Oh, that's the hard part. Figuring out what they are, but they keep coming. They can take any shape, and they're underneath your city.
You saw these creatures?
Yes, would you like to see one?
They pause, and this music is no longer appropriate for the moment. Let's pause that. We're gonna... This is not correct.
Dayu is about to be like,
That is
here,
awesome.
have my here, look at my trauma and be traumatized by it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
right? He kind of looks at you as you mention these creatures and asks if you want to see one. And for a moment
My
you
memories.
see... Yeah, you see a shift in expression until you say that.
My memories,
All right.
I mean, you can look into them. And you can see what it is. So that way you know what you're up against.
I would certainly like that information. A lot of people died at Blackade, and you're saying that there's more of them here.
And they're bigger. Dayu's gonna walk over. Get down on my knees because
no, you don't have to do that. Hallowgate will
I don't
get
have
up
to,
for
but
you.
ow. Oh, Hallowgate's what?
Hallowgate gets up for you.
Oh.
He stands at his full height.
I'm gonna look at him and just wait for him to cast the spell because it's his magic, right?
Mhm.
So. Mhm. Actually, how much narrative flavor text are you gonna let me have here?
Oh, you're gonna have so much, but let me have mine first.
Yes.
You see him looking down at you, and then his eyes flick behind you, and you can see, you know Kazuhiko is behind you. And the rest of you, Dayu does not really see this. You just see that Lord Hallowgate is looking elsewhere for a moment. The rest of you see Kazuhiko and Lord Hallowgate make eye contact for a very tense moment before Lord Hallowgate looks back down at you and says, "As your friend experienced, it is an unpleasant feeling, but show me what you wish to share."
Oh, it's going to be more unpleasant for you.
I have a feeling. And he will very gently touch your forehead. In similar manner, perhaps a little less blasé about it, though.
Mm-hmm.
What does Lord Hallowgate see?
First and foremost, I should mention, thanks to my background, I have the Heart of Darkness feature, in which those who look into your eyes can see that you have faced unimaginable horror and that you are no stranger to darkness. Yep. The next bit specifically extends towards commoners, in which that they will extend every courtesy and help and whatnot, and as long as I am not showing myself to be a danger to them, they can even take up arms to fight along with me, or if I ever face this creature alone. I don't need any of that. I just want basic fucking respect and to be taken very seriously in this moment.
He's definitely taking you seriously.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna look at each other. My eyes look about as dead as a regular rabbit's does. And Hollowgate's vision blurs. He will smell exactly what Dayu smelt. The festering and its disgustingness. He will feel the heat on his skin when they are near, because they are always warm. And most importantly, he's gonna feel all the hate that gets stuck in his throat, the same way that she does. And Dayu specifically is going to show him what the festering looked like at the burrow, so the wolf, then back at the blockade, the snake, and then back down, like you actually see the camera pan all the way down several feet under to the giant. And the last thing Hollowgate will see is the boulder that got thrown. And that will blank his vision. And if possible, I would love to just make sure that he sits back down in his chair, because that boulder hurt.
When you show him that image, that moment when the festering giant threw stone at you in the Undercity, nearly killing you in a single hit, that moment, that impact, just as you break the connection between the two of you, you see him kind of stumble back a little bit. And he looks down at you, very serious. Did you slay them?
Most of them. Some were there and we couldn't find them. But you can smell them.
His demeanor is completely different now.
I really hope you care about this city.
More than you know.
Then you should know that I'm not joking when I say they need to go. There is no soul that they leave behind. I tried.
Come with me. And he will begin to leave the room, and you see shimmering light emanate over every surface of every item in this room, dissipating whatever spell he put on the room to keep your conversation private. And he begins to walk towards the throne room. Do you follow?
Yeah.
You move.
GM.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, before I get into the scene,
Wow.
please ask me.
Yes. While Hallowgate and Dayu are having their very focused emotional memory sharing and debrief, can I take the time to get a good look at him and see if there's any evidence of what higher power it is that he serves?
Roll me. This may be twofold. This may be two rolls. First roll, perception.
26.
Excellent. While he is so still and relatively unguarded, you look him over as well as you can, and you are keen. You notice things that other people do not. However, though he claimed to be a paladin of some deity, there is no holy symbol on this man. Not a physical token, anyway. Not one that you can see. Therefore, it makes you wonder. To whom does he owe his allegiance?
Do I know of gods other than Furos who would be secretive in that way?
I love that you asked me this question. Yes. Roll me a religion check. The likelihood of you knowing this is pretty high, so the DC is not very high.
I will use a luck.
Please feel free.
Oh, okay, that's 17 on the die, so 21.
Excellent. In terms of secrets, we're getting lore chat. In terms of secrets, are you thinking specifically of deities or any creature of power who specializes in lies?
Yeah, I mean, he specifically said a higher power, not a deity, so I think that she would be open to the broader definition.
There are several deities and beings, in fact, that might fall into similar circles as Furos, the Lord of Lies, the Lord of Secrets. There is an individual known as the Winter King. And though he is a member of the Court of Elfane, he is not the sort of figure in history that inspires the kind of warm fuzzies you usually expect from the Fae. It's a dark and twisted version of that. There is also... Oh my god, my list reloaded, excuse me. Let's see, there is also Lore, the Great Trader. Not traitor, trader. He is the deity of commerce, and as you may well know, sometimes that involves information selling. You are also aware of an individual known as the Shadow Lord, another Fae being of the dark side of Elfane. And finally, you assume Nissos might potentially fall under that category as well. But none of these things seem to, with your roles, you're so observant, you are very knowledgeable about this sort of thing because of your upbringing. None of these seem to fit. There are many such deities who can twist the truth or steal knowledge in ways that are familiar to you from dealing with Furos. But none of these fit. And Furos doesn't fit either. Which begs the question, to whom? And that gnaws at the back of your mind while you think on this. As you are chewing on this information, you are all moving in tow behind a very quickly moving Lord Hallowgate. His stance is stiff, and he's moving quickly. He is very bothered by what Dayu showed him. And you can tell that he is now, unlike before, taking you very seriously. As you move down this darkened hallway, lit only by simple magic flame sconces, they have blue flame within them, as before. And the closer you get to the throne room, you start to see green light again. That piercing, sickly green light emanating and splashing down into the hallway, over the walls, over the floors. That feeling of unease. The presence of death. The presence of a lich. And Dayu, you hear that sound one more time. That single drop of water in a pool.
Do I see anything?
You do not see any sentinels. Nor do you see any spirits other than Mei Lin, who is visible to everybody once again, now that you are above the city, the Undercity. You move into the throne room, and the entire room is bathed in this same green light. The dais, just as before, leading up to where Duke Garrett Cavendish sits. Except he is not sitting in his chair. He is standing in the center of the room, and he is surrounded by several figures, all of whom, Dayu, you recognize as Sentinels of Death. In the flesh, not in Sombra Luz, not in Limbo.
Are there any ones that
Solid.
I've seen in particular? Oh,
Roll me perception.
thank you.
See if you recognize any of these sentinels. You're getting so much lore tonight. All these new people, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, you guys. This is probably like gibberish to you.
Okay, one second.
Sure.
I'm too fried to do actual math.
It's okay, I still love you.
Please, please. I'm vulnerable.
Please.
24.
Oh my god, yeah, that's really good. Holy fuck. That's very good. You guys are on fire, and my rolls have been shit.
Jacket trades, baby.
Yeah.
I'm also
okay.
trained in it. So
I'll just throw another boulder at you next session. It'll be fine.
You know, at this point, if I get a third boulder and it knocks me, like it rocks me, I will start making that my thing. I will start making that my thing. I'll make it a title.
I'm sorry.
King gets to be the fastest hands. I get to be the boulder, the Nicolas Cage kind.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that to you. Anyway, you do. You recognize. I forget what I made them look like, but it is the one who talked shit to you after Blackade. Is one of the Sentinels of Death that now stands physically here in the material plane, in a circle around the Duke. And they seem to be conversing. Well, half circle, really. He's not surrounded. I should have rephrased that. There's like a half circle of them. There's 6 of them. No, there's 4 of them. Excuse me. There's 4 of them. There is the one from after Blackade. He is standing closest to the door, so he is actually the first one you see, and you recognize him immediately. They're all cloaked figures. Their faces are kind of shrouded, but you recognize his kind of countenance, you recognize his stance, you recognize the vibe, to where you could easily spot him because you guys were like up close and personal talking shit to each other after Blockade.
I might.
The other figures are
mumble.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
I might mumble to the group. Oh, I remember you. I don't mind if Hollowgate hears it.
Yeah.
At this point, we're a group.
Yeah. The other Sentinels standing in front of the Duke are all taller and varying body type shapes than the Sentinel you met. You do not recognize any of them. Only this one. And they're conversing in the language of the sentient undead. It's like this. It's kind of like Necrol, I guess. Like the equivalent of Necrol.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't named that language. I really should. And they immediately clock you all when you walk in. Not because of your presence, but because Lord Hallowgate is with you. And the Duke turns. And immediately, sour face.
Can people hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I can hear you. We lost your camera on the overlay, though.
Oh, I couldn't even... Am I back?
I hear you. I see you.
I can hear you.
Girl, I don't know what the fuck just happened. That scared the shit out of me.
Hold on, let me...
I was thinking, oh my god. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I have to fix your camera.
I also couldn't hear y'all, so I actually don't know what.
Oh, shit. Okay. Give us just a second. I have to switch to the BRB screen. Oh, wait, no. I think I can do studio mode from here. Oh, I can. Okay, cool. Let me fix Aki's camera really quick. Never mind. I don't have to go on to BRB screen. I can just do this. Does this fix it?
This is because I thought about shit talking the Sentinel and they heard it.
I guess so. For some reason... Hold on, let me try again. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. There you go. Okay, I fixed it. Sorry about that. I guess you're disconnecting, like, reset the link. I had to put the new link in. Are you good, though? Can you hear us? Can you see us? I know Madi is... Yeah. It looks like Madi is still AFK. Okay, so
Her system is starting back up.
Okay. You enter the throne room. There are 4 Sentinels of Death in the flesh, standing in front of the Duke in a half circle. I'm just recapping very quickly since you said you couldn't hear anything. The Duke turns to you, sour expression because Lord Hallowgate is here and they fucking hate each other. But he processes the expression on Lord Hallowgate's face. And you hear like that familiar wheeze. I'm not going to do it because I don't think I can do it today. And he says, "This better be good." And Lord Hallowgate will walk into the room. And as he does, you see illusions fill the room. And you see images of everything that you showed him. Fill the room.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the wolf part, I was being vague on purpose, but you want more detail?
Yeah, feel free.
Hello, the wolf is the wolf that killed Balin and then went for Dayu. So, if that is exactly what we're showing, we're going to see what was left of Malin. So a head,
Yep.
and one arm.
Yep.
And then and then the big wolf, which is on fire but also tarring, like it was melting at the same time, if I remember the details.
Yep, that is correct.
And it's disgusting fangs coming down. And then it's the snake, and the snake is in the tavern. It's the blockade scene. It's the fight. And then it's the giant fight.
And you see these things on loop. You smell the smell of the festering. You hear the ominous silence that comes with that. The ominous silence that comes with the presence of the festering. And everybody in the room is processing this right now. But the Sentinels aren't looking at these images. They're looking at you. Dayu.
I'm looking back at them. This is equal stank eye.
Because if this were a video game, you are not on good terms with the Sentinels of Death. Because you walk the line between life and death, and you're not supposed to. You make their job harder. And most Sentinels probably aren't going to be nice to you as a result of that.
It's okay. I don't think they do their job.
Oh boy. I'm not going to get into this argument.
It's
we can save that for in character.
It's so funny. Yeah, let's do that in character. That shit's happening, and there's a way more intense stare down. 1v4. Let's go.
And you hear Lord Hallowgate begin to explain to the Duke everything that you all just talked about. So we're hand waving that conversation. And while that is happening, the Death Sentinel who you recognize breaks formation and walks over to you, completely disregards everyone else. Because typically mortals cannot see Death Sentinels. So he's not clocking anybody else. He's looking at you because he knows you. And I want everybody but Dayu perception or insight. Okay, 13.
10 exactly.
10.
18.
Okay. For Aurora and Rev, we'll get to what you see in just a moment.
I rolled a 23.
Oh, you got a 23? I thought you got a 10.
I didn't say. No, that was Mari.
Oh.
Oh, Mari's back.
Yeah.
You're back.
I've been, what?
Your camera's not showing.
Oh, it's dumb.
Hold on.
That's me.
Oh, right, because
here.
you had to restart. You have a different link now. Hold on, let me fix it. God damn it.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's technology. I'm goddamning at the technology, not you. I love you. You're perfect.
No, you. What the hell?
No, you. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god.
Oh my
I'm so
goodness,
gay.
what
I'm
the
so
hell?
gay, you guys. Wow. So he walks over to you, very serious face. Is not looking at anybody else in the group. Again, Dayu, this is not abnormal to you. It's abnormal to everybody else because they don't know what the fuck these people are. And he just he gets not uncomfortably close, but closer than he probably should to you.
That's fine.
And he says, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
My job. What are you doing here? Not
My-
your job?
I am definitely doing my job. Why is it that you seem to always be where I am?
Well, I don't know. Why are you following me?
Stay out of my way. Just because you are a chosen doesn't make you special.
I think it does. Because Nissus insists that it does.
Stop meddling in things that you do not understand. It's just like a mortal.
Well, for all intents and purposes, I am immortal. I would think one like you would be able to tell.
He rolls his eyes.
I'm just doing a job. It's a very long job. So if you're also on the same path, we're gonna meet each other so much more often. And I don't like you either.
I don't think you have any scope or feeling of the fact that you upset the balance of the universe simply by breathing, simply by existing, simply by doing anything ever other than being dead in the fucking ground.
Mandy, Sin jumps up and punches this guy in the face.
Hell yeah, roll me an unarmed strike! Let's go!
18 plus my what is it? Plus 5, 23.
23?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that hits. Wham!
Indeed.
You punch him right in the fucking face. I will say, feel free to roll your damage, you don't have to announce it yet. While this conversation is happening, you see Kazuhiko's face as this dude gets up close to his girl, and he is he does not look happy. He is like, what the fuck is this? And he looks like he was about to do the same goddamn thing, and Sin just happened to beat him to it.
Why don't you both just do it? That's like, oh my god.
No, it's Sin. The thing is, Kazuhiko has a cooler head than Sin.
Yep.
Kazuhiko is a noble, so he has a cooler head than Sin. That's why Sin was just one step in front of him, and again, it goes from a punch, and then it's a grab, and he's just like,
Yeah,
who the fuck do you think you are? Sorry for yelling.
So you're punching him in the face, yeah?
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
then you grab him by the front of
By
his
stupid
cloak?
little cloak. Yeah, his stupid little cloak, and he's like, who the fuck do you think you are?
You get up in his face, and he just kind of smirks at you and turns to smoke, and you are no longer holding on to him as he steps backwards. Don't mess with what you don't understand. And he looks at Dayu. That especially goes for you. And he looks around at the illusions in the room and says, "It's unfortunate that you're too late.
Is your extinction provable?
Can you repeat that for the DM?
Is your extinction provable? I am saying this in a very specific way to fuck with them. Yes.
Oh.
This is on purpose. This is on purpose.
Oh, you're fucking with me though. So I'm just like, what?
And so I'm sorry. I'll explain to you later.
That's okay. He actually ignores you because he knows you're talking nonsense. He would know this.
Don't be jealous. There's plans for me and none for you.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna roll to see if you've taunted him too much now. Let me pull up his stat block real quick. You're gonna regret that.
I know.
Is it another rock?
He's so mad that Daddy doesn't love him.
Oh boy, he is much higher level than you all.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a rock, isn't it?
I feel like you deserve. I feel like he feels you deserve a rock. No. Let me. Oh, that is. Oopsie. I was trying to only look at one challenge rating level. Where are you? There we go.
This is the ominous shit I've ever look at get my shit open.
Yeah, you do want to get your shit open. You definitely want that.
Yeah.
I'll use this. He is. I'm trying to think. You see something begin to form in his hand, energy, dark energy wreathed in this strangely dark red light. And it begins to consume his arm, and he starts to reach for you. And then he pauses. And he says, "Your life is only a drop in the bucket. And you think that there are plans for you. Don't make me laugh." And he will close his fist, and as he does, he kind of snuffs out this smoke that was beginning to emanate down his arm. And he turns just in time to see that the Duke and Lord Hallowgate have finished their conversation. And he also sees that one of the cloaked figures that he broke formation from is motioning him back to formation. And he does not say goodbye. He does not give any parting shots. He simply walks back over. The Duke turns to you all and motions for Hallowgate to kind of, like, okay, you can dismiss all of this. He dismisses the illusions. And essentially, we can kind of hand wave this, but essentially he wants to have a conversation with you about your experiences with... We're going to shift the music back now. He wants to have a conversation with you about your experiences with the festering. Because this information needs to be spread.
I have just a separate question before we launch into that aspect.
Please.
Which is, while the stuff with Dayu was happening, Aurora was looking at the images and then at Mei Lin. What was her response to this?
Mei Lin, through all of this, you don't even need to roll. Just expressionless. Like, there's nothing going on right there. This music does not feel right. just do our normal music. Yeah, there's like nothing there. She is completely blank-faced, blank eyes, blank expression, not moving, not talking, not reacting to anything. She seems to have checked out.
Association time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because the scene of her death was just played on loop in front of her. She's still there. She's still present. She's fading a little bit. Probably going to retreat too. She can choose whether to appear to you or not. She's starting to look more incorporeal than she normally does as a spirit.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Kazu definitely clocks that as well. But he walks over to Dayu. This is probably just before the conversations happen with the Duke to make sure that you're okay. He checks you over.
I'm fine. They're always like this.
They?
All of them.
All of who?
The Death Sentinels.
I'm sorry, what?
These are Death Sentinels.
He looks over like he's only heard legends of these things. They aren't necessarily like common knowledge. Like, it's not forbidden knowledge or secret or anything, but it's not like something people like talk about.
We don't get along.
I could tell. You've history with him, it seems.
Just that one at the blockade. But I've seen many. Some of them just don't talk at all, which I'm beginning to prefer.
He has a very punchable face.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are a lot more intimidating in appearance than him. But if you ever hear a drop, and she's speaking to Kazu, but she's making sure that the whole party knows this part. If you ever hear a drop of water, just one, that's them. They are here.
His ears kind of flatten a little bit. Huh. Let's unpack that a little later, I think. And then you go and have conversations, and you can divulge as much about the festering as you want to the Duke. But both the Duke and Lord Hallowgate are willing to discuss, you know, what's happening, what you saw, where did you see them, or where do you think they might be in the Undercity. They want to spread the information that Blockade was not simply attacked by monsters, but these festering creatures, to make other cities and settlements aware of the existence of these creatures, which, as you know, many people have never seen before.
I would like to ask how much Kazu is divulging, because technically, to our knowledge, the Burrow is the first place within recent years to have experienced it first.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like they have to know about the Burrow because the Burrow was displayed. So just Dayu will defer mostly to, like, if Kazu wants to get basically our clans involved, which I feel like they will be involved regardless, just on the scale of how much.
Yeah. No, he if you don't indicate to him that that's not something you want, he is actually definitely going to do that. He will be talking about the Red Fang clan and the fox shifters, and he will refer to the burrow and all of the other shifters that happen to live in that region as well, to, you know, offer to help, to provide aid with organizing and spreading of information, setting up as much protection as one can against the festering, and things of that nature, and that definitely progresses the conversations. You end up spending a lot of time with the Duke and Lord Hallowgate, but it seems that after you return from the Undercity relatively unscathed, you know, to them at least, and with all of this information that they very badly need, the tune changes quite a bit as you have gone from nameless adventurers to them to adventurers of merit. Good people who have information that will help save lives. And that seems to make all the difference in the world. And we will hand wave that. You exchange contact information. You were given a particular seal, essentially, that is to be used when sending official correspondence to the Duke's court. And since the Duke becomes aware of all of the money that you are getting and resources you are getting, he is merely very thankful and is more than willing to help provide. You're getting 1,000 gold. Don't flip off the fucking camera. You're getting 1,000. You are getting 1,000 gold.
I'm not saying.
I'm giving you 1,000 gold horses and a spell scroll.
Yeah, it's amazing. But did the Duke do that?
It came from a city official. Don't even start with me.
I've imparted trauma.
Greedy bitches,
so
no money for you. Yeah.
I want to say I did my AoE damage and I did it justice.
Listen, I already got my AoE damage, right? You want 1,000 gold horse? Get the fuck out of here.
1,000.
Fuck you guys. You got 1,000 gold, comma, horses, comma, and a spell scroll.
I'm thankful.
Two
I don't know.
turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. Motherfucker. Stop derailing me! I hate you all. I don't hate you guys. You're the best. Yes, this is excellent loot levels. You get 6 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. You exchange this information, you're given leave, you're given more solid promises of aid in the future, now that you have, shared all of this very important information. So that is something that they're willing to do within reason. Obviously, they're not gonna leave themselves defenseless or without resources in order to help the Veil of Night, but they are definitely willing to help the Veil now. So you have basically secured a semi-informal alliance, and you are, given leave to go back to your accommodations and all of that. You're escorted back to the Busty Banshee.
Did the Duke or Hallowgate indicate what they'd like us to write them for, or just anything that we think is important enough?
Things that are important and relevant to the safety of people, really, because this seems to be a spreading issue that is causing a lot of deaths. Yeah. God, I wish I could search this list. I'm trying to find a very particular song. I hate this. I really need to... We're just gonna... I'm gonna click on this song and hope for the best. Okay. So you go back to... you go back to the busty banshee.
With jangling pockets.
With jangling pockets. You got some money? You guys can choose how you want to split your 1,000 gold between the 5 and or 6 of you.
Yeah, we did not discuss any of how we handle funds.
Mm-hmm. We can handle that all off screen. That's fine. So you got 1,000 gold.
As soon as they're like back at the banshee, Sin does look at Dayu and is just like, I'm sorry that I jumped in during your... I know that you can handle yourself.
No, it's alright. I wasn't sure if you guys could see them either, so that was confirmation.
Yeah, I don't really understand, but I'm not gonna let some piece of shit talk to you like that.
It's okay. I don't think you'll be able to see them again next time.
Not a comfort, because I would really love to stab him at least once.
I don't really know what their deal is, if I'm being honest. But all I know is that now I can gap to Nissos, so maybe I can get at least that. It's kind of nice to know that I can get a rise out of them, though.
Acted like a jealous child.
I think they are.
Yeah.
They know more than me. At least I think they know more than me. Which is why they're so bitchy. But I don't know. There's everything with the dead is more questions than answers. So we're just gonna be living like this for a little bit.
Okay, but whatever he fucking meant, you deserve to be here. You deserve to live. And if anyone says otherwise, I'm going to punch them again. They can catch the fastest hands in Algorand.
Thank you. That was cool as fuck, though. I got to see it like up close.
I'm glad it made you smile.
Speaking of smiles, I need to go take care of my sister. It takes a lot of effort to keep her, so I'm just gonna go do that.
Yeah, if you could tell her that I send hugs that she gives me.
Dai will nod and probably excuse herself a little bit just to go tend to Malin to see what's up.
So you're seeking out Malin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys are at the Busty Banshee now. She was visible for part of the journey back, but she's not at the moment. Are you trying to wake her up? That's the real question.
Yes, because I need to check on her, and she can be very grumpy, and that's fine because that means she's already better. Or well, no, I shouldn't say better. She's already feeling a bit more lucid.
So you reach out to her and see if you were able to feel her presence, pull her back into the moment. And she resists you at first, but she does eventually appear. She looks very tired.
Does she look like she could respond to me?
I don't know. What do you say to her?
Are you okay?
I could lie and say yes,
You don't
Right.
have to lie.
but I'm really not.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. He was going to show all of that, or else I would have made you wait outside.
She just kind of nods. It's not your fault. It was disorienting. I felt like I wasn't really here. I felt like she just kind of shakes her head a little bit. I felt like I was ready to let go. It did not feel good. I don't think thinking about that is good for me.
I don't think it's good for you either.
But she looks to where you both know the book is. I don't think even if I did let go that I would be able to. Not that I want to, I don't. I at least want to see you through this. And she's not looking at you, she's looking at where the book is. Kind of like almost purposefully not looking at you. Not out of like any kind of, she's not upset with you, she is just still recovering.
Dayu doesn't think she's upset with. Dayu's aware.
I want to be clear that she's not upset with you. She's not blaming you for this.
No, it's even if she did, I don't think Dayu would have taken it to heart.
Yeah.
Right. So, she's gonna let Malin live in that moment for just a little bit to kind of like, because we need to pace yourself with trauma. And then Dayu will say, I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna be in the necropolis. But you don't get to be visibly tangible very often.
That's true.
So if you'd like, I could increase the range of which you could wander. As long as you don't like wander off a bridge because of other ghosts want to wander off a bridge.
She just tilts her head at you like, what?
You make friends very fast. Don't do what your friends want to do.
Okay. I promise not to walk off any bridges?
You shouldn't. I don't know what's in these waters.
Do you just want me to go away so you can talk to Kazuhiko? She's starting to look a little more like herself now that she's teasing you.
No, I want you to live a little.
Operative term, my dear.
No, purposeful term.
She just kind of, she makes like a little bit of a face, like a Are you fucking serious? And she just kind of shakes her head and smiles a little bit at you and says, all right, I'll give you two some time alone. I can catch a hint.
I have the whole party there. It's nothing.
You could always get your own room. I'm gonna go to the boba shop across the street. Bye. And she will vanish.
Is it a boba or is it a booba? Because the
She said boba.
Well, I'm
above table. The DM is telling you it's boba.
But it could be booba because it's a ghost. They're ghosts.
We are at the booba shop.
God damn it!
Yeah, the booba banshee. Come on. The bussy banshee.
The bussy banshee having a double pun booba tea is fucking fantastic.
Which is hilarious
Like
for
I just
those
say.
at minimum double D's.
Double D's jokes.
Double D's nuts. Hey.
Oh shit! I got one more thing to tell her. One more thing to tell her.
Okay, before she disappears, what is the other thing you tell her?
Let me know if you want to be more visible more often. Maybe I can look around for whatever does this.
I mean, I could tell you about that.
Well then tell me, bitch!
The whole city is enchanted. Valdin did a very good job. I saw a statue of him. He was kind of handsome, right? Ghost man.
Ghost man.
Maybe I should find myself a ghost man.
Why not?
I don't know that ghosts can...
Why would you know?
She thinks about that for a second, like, oh!
Why don't you go find out? Don't bring... I don't know. Jeez. Yeah, this is making me think of things.
You weren't expecting that, were you, bitch?
No, I wasn't.
I can say off-the-cuff shit, too! Surprise, motherfucker!
Don't bring back ghost syphilis, then. I don't know.
Go back and flirt with Menthy.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Is she feeling better?
she you can tell she's still tired, but she's in a better mood now that she's talked to you, yes.
Good. That's the goal. Let me worry about the shit.
You know what I'm really upset about? I was trying to find this cool song that I love that reminds me of Hades, and I can't remember what the name of it is, so I don't know where it is. Womp womp. Womp womp, everybody.
Womp womp.
So you, your sister departs to go find herself a ghost man or something. She's probably just gonna get boba. It's fine. Not booba.
Real.
And real.
You're missing out on an excellent marketing opportunity.
God damn it. There'll be a booba boba place in the next town you go to. I'm kidding. That's not fucking happening. So you... you part ways. You are in the tavern for the evening. And one thing I will say is... Actually, Sin, roll me... What am I gonna make you roll? What should I make you roll? I know. I want you to roll me in... Roll me a d20. And...
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a 14.
Hey, okay, that's actually good.
Okay, cool. So I was just like,
it's good enough.
please be something I'm good at.
It's not a high DC. You recall that you sent a bunch of correspondence out before this journey, and it might behoove you to check and see if there's anything at the postmaster in Hellagate.
Oh, skipping down that road, like almost practically running.
Yep. You go searching for any mail related to any of your adventuring comrades or yourself. And you do see there is one addressed to Aurora. It looks official.
Picks up that letter. Oh. Picks it up so he can give that to Aurora.
Mhm.
He doesn't read other people's mail. It's rude, even though he's very tempted.
So you pay your copper or whatever it costs to retrieve your mail and head off.
Yeah. I remove the copper.
Okay. What do you do now that you have acquired this letter, this very official looking letter addressed to your friend Aurora?
Oh, I gotta go straight to Aurora. And if Rev is nearby on his way to Aurora, he'll be like, Aurora got mail.
Oh.
It does have a wax seal.
Official.
That is a good question, Drake. It does have a wax seal, yes.
Oh, do I recognize the seal?
Do you recognize the seal? Roll me history.
Okay.
See if you remember. See if you recognize
Let's
it.
see. That's just a straight roll. 16.
It appears to be the insignia of the family known as Incineratus.
Oh, he's seen this on his probation paperwork before.
Yep. Yep. That is exactly where you've seen that before. You get like flashbacks from, a couple times when you've been apprehended by the Veil Guard, and the paperwork was signed off by Nova Incineratus.
But I think he whispers to Rev, is like, I think it's from her mom, and it's just sort of like, it just like enjoys this conspiracy as he goes to look for Aurora.
Okay.
What is Aurora up to?
Yeah, what's Aurora doing? You hanging out with Nikita? You hanging out by yourself?
I'm hanging out with Nikita. And I will say that Aurora would have taken this opportunity to, first of all, ask Nikita if she prefers a drink first or a bath first.
Both at the same time?
Great. And, has the bath set up, drinks brought in, and basically just says to Nikita, like, we accomplished something. This is our time to relax.
I simultaneously feel a weight off our shoulders, but also replaced by more weight.
Yeah. That's exactly the feeling. But
We did it though.
Exactly. We did it, and I don't want to think about what we have to do next. If that was just part one, it's been so much effort just to get here. I worry about what comes next.
We don't know where the fuck to go. We're going to have to stumble upon it.
Or we can keep making friends who can help us get the information we need.
I'll leave that part to you. You're better at that than I am, so.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm good at punching things, slashing things, drinking.
Oh, you forgot something important.
Huh?
Looking hot doing it.
You too.
Thank you. I mean, usually I'm into pretty things, Pretty faces, pretty voices, pretty bodies. You got 2 out of 3? Since you won't show me the rest of yours. She taps her mask.
under different circumstances, I... How did you manage to make something that's a little uncomfortable, something that makes me want to show you my face? That's a little, impressive. It's a little talent you have there.
Thank you. You don't have to, by the way.
I know you're not pressuring me.
I mean, there's plenty else to look at.
Are we gonna go for a bath together? Is this what's going on right now?
Apparently, you guys get a whole scene before Sin and Rev arrive. This is all happening while Sin is...
a beer in hand.
This is all happening while Sin is gone. Yeah.
Yeah. This is us, drink in the bath, like 3 feet apart because we are gay. So, there's still a respectful distance.
Right.
It starts at the respectful distance, but we all know where it ends.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just leaving room for not Jesus, but Sin and Revelation.
The potential getting barged in on. Yeah.
Listen, I want so badly for Sin to be like, hey, close.
Opens the door. You've got... Oh, okay. Closes the door again.
Is that when Sin comes in, or?
I mean...
Y'all are still flirting! Please go ahead!
Have your little
I'm
scene.
just over here.
Oh my god, we have time.
I'm like, how much flirting do you want? Do you want me to go for it?
You can say when you want to. You can say when you want the scene to change. I trust you guys to know when to cut it off.
Yeah, we're good. I mean, go for it. I gave you the green light weeks ago.
Yes, Mrs. Aurora has been plotting.
Yes. Sorry. Again.
So I'll say that as as the two are relaxing in the bath, like Aurora is, making her way closer to Nikita, but kind of as she's discussing with her just the way that the dangers have weighed on her, and basically been like, I really appreciated all the hard work you put into keeping us safe.
And I appreciate all the efforts you put in too. We would not have been able to make it out in a lot of that had it not been for your talents.
Thanks for saying that. Some of them I can stand to work on. And maybe I might have thought of something that I want to try. Just let me give you the warning that I might sometime ask you to trust me, and you just have to give in, okay? Not now, but I mean, in a dire situation, I might have something new to try.
I think I'd be inclined to listen. I know we had our tensions in the Undercity. But ultimately, I trust you all of my life.
Me too. I wouldn't have made it anywhere without you guys.
I'll carry you anywhere.
Thank you. How about a little now? And Aurora will swoop forward in the bath so that she's in front of her. And just say, I don't really want to think anymore. I just want to feel.
Hey, welcome, Raiders! You came in at a very spicy moment. Welcome, everybody! What a time to come in here when we're in the middle of a very gay romance scene in the bathhouse. So if you like gay stuff and fantasy and Dungeons and Dragons, you're in the right place for that. Welcome, Stella. Welcome, everybody. Okay, we'll continue now.
Blue Flame Genasi is steaming up the back. Muscular half-elf Nikita Barbarian.
At Aurora swooping in and coming closer, I think, assuming there's a drink in her hand, she's gonna put that shit to the side, and she's just gonna grab Aurora by the waist and pull her in. And she will very carefully, like she did with Dayu, she's gonna lift up her mask a little bit, just to not bonk. And, get close to Aurora's face.
Aurora's gonna take her opportunity and give you a luscious, deep kiss.
Oh, we'll fade to black there, baby.
That is the dive in on moment one.
Oh.
So,
Oh my god. A luscious kiss. Oh my god.
Two down!
Two down. We are one step closer to a full polycule. A partycule, if you will. As we fade to black on that scene. When the two of you are getting done with your path and your drink, whatever else happens, this is when Sin and Rev are looking for the two of you. So you do the try to pry it out the bathhouse section of the inn.
yeah, I feel
Totally
like
up to you if you want to act like nothing happened or anything like that.
It's probably in search of more alcohol, and unless Nikita discourages it, Aurora is physically affectionate.
Oh.
Nikita has
Hey, the World Tabletop, thank you for the raid. We got
Let's
another
go.
raid. Oh shit.
so funny.
Welcome, raiders.
Y'all are literally catching us with our pants
God.
down.
You're literally. It was very emotional. It was very scary earlier, and then we had a nice little fade to black scene. There's some smooching. We're one step closer to a partycule. If you like fantasy and gayness and things like that, you are on the right channel. You are in the correct place. So welcome. This is us, and this is Mistlost, and we're very gay here. So if that's not your thing, get the fuck out of this chat. Okay, so Nikita and Aurora have just finished their little bath time rendezvous, and they meet up with Sin and Revelation. Sin says, "You got mail."
Sin on approaching and seeing the affection is actually like he's like bouncing a little, and he's like, Rev, something definitely happened.
Oh, what I was gonna say is that Nikita has -1 to her charisma. Like, her face is very visibly relaxed. Like, she's just chill. She's chill as fuck right now.
Rev looks in through the door, like, over Sin's head. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I'd say anytime you notice Aurora, she's got one body part. It's somehow just subtly touching Nikita.
Oh, and so that changes Sin's approach. He's like, Aurora, hey, darling. I went to go look for some correspondence in case I had gotten anything back from Okurai. And something came for you, though I don't know if you want to read it today.
Why? What is it?
Listen, it's just probably a letter from your brother.
Gimme.
Okay.
Grab her hand.
And he hands over the letter and then just sort of looks over at Nikita and gives eyes like, oh, hello.
She rolls her eyes. She's like, whatever.
Aurora's going on a face journey, looking at this letter and trying to decide whether she's actually going to open it at that moment or not.
Yeah, you were looking. You were looking at the very typical letter, envelope, seal, the color of the wax, the press of the indentation of the seal, very precise, very quick. You know this is from your mother.
Yep. Can I feel it and feel does it feel like a lot is inside or a
It
little?
doesn't feel like a lot, but there's definitely something in there. And for the folks at home who aren't aware of the dynamics here, this letter is from one Lady Nova Incineratus, the captain of the Vale Guard of the Vale of Night, which is the country from which all of these characters hail. Well, most of them. My mom is a cop.
That's accurate.
It's that energy.
Yeah.
Is it money in a birthday card? That's so funny.
I'm struggling right now. Okay, Aurora is as indecisive as Charmy, as she keeps going to break the seal and changing her mind repeatedly until she holds it out back to Sin and says, "Actually, will you hold on to this for me? Just until tomorrow." Oh, you're muted.
Thank you. Sorry. He takes it and he's just like, "You're obviously having a very fun evening, so I don't want to spoil it for it. I did want to let you know about it just in case."
Yeah, I should probably read it, but not before I go to sleep.
Or we could have passed by without even getting this letter. It's no moral thing for you to read it or not. There's no judgment here, there's nothing.
Dante would have known to check, and she would have received the message. I have to read it tomorrow.
There's a look that Sim gives you when you say that, and it is pained. And there is a lot that goes unsaid in that moment before he masks it up just the same way that you mask, and is just like, "Enjoy your evening here."
You want a drink? Grabbing one.
Sid looks at Rev.
I mean, I feel a bit overdressed for the location, but
Anywhere
I
you
can
walk
drink.
in.
Agreed, as you should be.
Or just all the time.
Around, and Aurora orders up. I will say it's the liquor a little bit hard, but then calms down after a round or two.
If she'd be receptive to it, Nikita would just try to give her like a comforting arm around the shoulder here and there, and just rub her arm.
Yeah, you can tell that any little crumb that Nikita provides, Aurora soaks up instantaneously.
I think every time there's a point of contact between Nikita and Aurora, Rev and Sin are also sort of like nudging each other under the table. Like, did you see that one? Did you see that?
Oh my
Give
god.
them.
Please tell me you're keeping score. I love that.
Sin makes it into a drinking game.
Oh,
Sin
guys-
challenges Rev. Sin challenges Rev to make it into a drinking game and sees if she'll take it. Oh my god.
You accept the challenge? Okay.
Absolutely.
So, it sounds to me from the description that was provided that this is happening pretty frequently. And you're gonna commit to the bit? Okay.
Yes.
After like the first like 4 or 5 sips, because it's not like you're doing a shot every time.
No.
You know, after a little while of this, I want you both to roll me con saves, please.
Yes.
See if- You're definitely gonna get drunk, but how drunk depends on those saves.
That's not
Dirty
fun.
20 for Rev.
I love this, and I love our little mini
8!
games.
Wait, no, 10!
Yeah, you did not succeed. Sin gets more obviously drunk much faster than you, Rev, which kind of makes sense because, you know, he's a short king.
I think Rev takes like maybe another round to sort of relish in her victory, but will lesser restoration Sin before the end of the night.
Before the lesser regeneration.
Restoration. You're good. We got you.
Just playing. I'm playing the 10. I'm playing the 10.
Immersed.
Like he just also wants to be affectionate, so he's just like nuzzling like up to Rev as much as allowed. And it's just like ugh, you're so great. You're so I love being around you.
I think Rev leans into it just a little bit, just enough, and says, I can't think of anyone that I'd rather be on this journey with.
Sin looks at Rev and sort of gives it's a complete change to when to back in Blockade at the foot of the tower where Sin was like shy and trying to be like trying almost self-deprecating, and it's just like, well, I'm pretty fucking great and I'm always gonna be there for you, promise.
And I think she sort of leans her head on top of his and says, yeah, no, I'm getting that.
You're starting to trust me. He's like he's almost like giggling under his breath when he says that, like not trying to mock her, but he seemed again very proud of himself.
I think that she sort of laughs and playfully shoves, not at all enough to displace him. Whatever you say.
Because fastest hands, fastest feet, and he looks at Aurora before looking back at Rev. Probably like the second best kisser in Ocarina.
Third.
Oh my god.
Okay, can Dayu and Kazu have just been standing at the door wondering if they were allowed to take a bath or not by now? Like...
I think they walked out of the bath. They're just
they're
hanging.
Okay, did you? I thought you were in there the whole time.
No,
I was like,
everybody's in the bar. Everybody's in the bar hanging out right now.
Like fucking god.
Bros.
Jesus Christ.
Go take your private nap.
They're all your compatriots are all drinking. You can decide where you want to go with Kazu or whatever, if that's what you're looking to do.
Well, first and foremost, I actually just wanted to take a bath, and he expressed he also wanted to take a bath.
He did.
We are not fornicating in these waters. We are simply bathing.
Coward.
I love that everybody else at the table is like, why not?
I don't know, man.
That's the digitation. It's fine.
Easy.
Oh my. So you all can. Yes, you can also go to the bathhouse building out behind the inn. There's a little garden like courtyard between the actual inn itself and everything kind of going on. There's like how in like Japanese style houses have like the built-in courtyard and the hallways going around it. It's like that. But the two of you choose to walk through the courtyard to get to this other building. Enjoy the decorative stone and the plants and things like that, which are definitely not in the style of the Veil of Night, but it's vaguely reminiscent of that. As you know, as you might not remember, so I will reiterate it. The architecture in this city, a lot of it is kind of Victorian-esque. So it is a little weird for a Victorian-style building to be set up in this way, but it works. And you walk to the bathhouse, and shrugs. He is looking like he is just, this is normal. This is normal for y'all. This isn't like, he's not being nervous or weird or anything, so.
Okay, cool. I think Dayu deserves a good soak, actually. This was a very draining day, for real. And after a bit of silence, she might ask, do you plan to keep traveling with us?
He just kind of looks over at you. And, because you guys are in the bath, no shirt, you get to see all the scars, all the tattoos.
I know, I'm having a good time.
I mean, let's face it, your young lord is very attractive. And he's just kind of like leaning back against like the edge of the bath, looking over at you, and he kind of looks a little surprised that you would even ask him that question. And he says, I will, I will stay with you for as long as you deem it necessary. I would like to accompany you.
That's what I wanted to know. Do you want to?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I apologize if that was not clear when I literally upended the order of my family to come with you.
No, it was clear, but people can have second and third and fourth thoughts. No, this is a lot.
I know you don't generally like to have these sorts of conversations, but there is no world in which I am more certain in anything other than this.
What? It's not that I don't like having those conversations. I just need to be reassured like all the time.
Do I not do that enough?
I just mean for this specific scenario, not...
He smiles. If you want more reassurance, I will give you that. You need only ask. If I am not putting your mind at ease enough, more than I currently do, or attempt to at least, please tell me. And I will be more than happy to remind you every day, as many times as you want.
Could you do it like once a week?
I could do that.
Could you do it like twice a week?
Do you want it on a specific day of the week? Perhaps at a specific time?
noon.
All right. noon. Twice a week.
Twice a week.
Only twice a week.
I don't want to be greedy. I can ask for 4. Can I ask for 4 times a week?
I mean, I expected you to ask me to do this every day, but...
I don't want to be greedy.
How can you be greedy with something that is already yours?
Too much indulgence is bad.
He tilts
Because
his
then
head.
I'll get distracted, and you're a very distracting person.
I'm a
I
very
have to-
distracting person.
I have to filter my thoughts with you.
He kind of smirks at you a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I am a fucking beast.
He is behaving. He's staying where he is. For the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Well. Here I thought you just wanted a bath.
There are many words that start with B.
Ah,
Can I put makeup on you?
that was an interesting pivot. I don't see why not.
Amazing. I told you I have to filter my thoughts. This is unfiltered.
Be unfiltered.
Hmm. You are the type of person people should write songs about.
Okay, we're starting this now. All right.
I told you, I'll find a way.
I knew this was coming. I should have been prepared. I am prepared, bitch. He kind of... It's not like that flirty kind of smirk he had on his face. It's like an actual smile. You get fang and everything. And he will... I was debating on how deep the water is here. I was gonna say he gets up. But, you know what? Maybe he does!
I'm not gonna stop shit, bro.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna walk right over to you.
I thought I fucking destroyed something. I heard something move. Something is fallen.
You flailed and shit just starts falling down.
Yeah, something has fallen. But that is for me in 15 minutes to worry about.
He walks right over to you. And touches your cheek. And he leans down. You guys are right there. And he says, I think you've got it backwards. Songs need to be written about you. And he will kiss you if you let him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we can fade to black on that. Because you flirted with the man in the bath, of course. Of course. Of course we're gonna fade to black there. And now he's in a coma.
I mean, he's not gonna be walking right tomorrow. There you go.
We're getting all the romance scenes this week. Oh my god.
That was out of pocket.
And it is at this point in the evening we are going to move into confessionals because it is indeed that time of the night, my darlings. So we're gonna get into that. We will start with... Should we go in the normal order or does anybody want to volunteer?
Reverse order.
Reverse order. Dayu first.
Die you first!
Damn. One second. Let me get.
I
a
know
drink
you're
of
used to
water.
going last.
Yeah, I know the order.
I'm gonna drink this soap.
Yeah, I know the order, lol.
All right.
This is so unfair to you. I'm so sorry.
This is very unfair to me because unfortunately
Alright.
the thoughts are going to be coming out as
You know what?
they
Rev,
do.
you have to go first. I'm sorry. Dayu just got out of a scene. It's too unfair. I can't do it. I don't want to be mean.
Aki's processing.
Hey, if Alyssa wants to go later, though, I
do you
can
wanna
go
go later?
now.
Okay.
No, I'm fine.
No,
I
you're
just
good.
like I don't want to break. It's such a nice, happy mood right now, and I don't want to break it.
See, that's
Break
why
it.
you should go.
Shatter it.
Or
Shatter
go
it.
first. Go, do
Destroy
it.
Destroy it,
Destroy us.
please.
I gave you the perfect shit to feel guilty about. So
Rev looks a little more disheveled than usual, but like she's trying very hard to sort of keep herself together. Everyone seems so very upset with the Duke and so very eager to throw in with Lord Hallowgate. I guess I should be grateful that they're so thoughtless, so ready to focus on the more obvious threats. I mean, God, everything that Sin was saying tonight. I don't like the feeling of being the only person here watching for subtle threats. I mean, there's the Pet Lord, I guess, but hopefully we'll shed him along with this swamp. I have to stay focused. It's one place of power restored, and there's still time to reach Mount Ceres. My star awaits, and I'm so ready to embrace its power. And that's Revelation.
Yay! On to Aurora. We're just gonna continue with the normal order now.
We see Aurora like the morning after looking at the letter, and she kind of says to herself, I thought I would be up all night thinking about what could be in here, but I had better things to think about. Usually I want to run away and find the next thing to fill my time with. But I kind of want to linger here a little longer. Outside of the responsibility that I know is going to come crashing down on me when I open this up. But maybe still, sometimes I can forget. That's Aurora.
Moving on to Nikita. How appropriate.
Think. I mean, for the sake of this, Nikita's gonna be holding her mask. Weird ass fucking day. Go from some asshole joking about brain damage. My memory isn't the greatest. I just wanted to take the hit for the group. In case, they were an asshole or something. And Aurora was very kind to me. Very sweet. I think I'm a little more inclined to being open about everything, at least with her. Needs to start somewhere. That's it.
I ship this so hard. On to Sin.
Sin is in the dark after being sobered up, and he is wringing his hands as he thinks about what comes next. The letter provided something stupid to get distracted by, but it didn't work. He didn't stay drunk, and he is now just sort of staring out into the dark, and he's got Dirk sort of sitting like on like a table in front of him, and he's just like, they can't know. They're not. I'm not allowed to tell them. How am I supposed to hold this in my body? And that's it.
Okay, on to Dayu, now that you've had some time to process.
Did you think I was asking a question? Did you not understand? Listen to the words more closely. Is your extinction provable? That's not a threat. That will be a fact. And facts are facts. And bards write facts. That's it.
Alrighty. I love that. So really quick, we will be back, right? We're playing next week? Are we playing next week? We're playing next week. We're playing next week. So we will be back next week. However, please note, some cool stuff is going on. Tomorrow night, on the Magi RPG channel, we both Aki and I will be on this show. We are doing, it's not a TTRPG show. We are doing a little talk show called Defend Your Romance, where we will be defending our romance options and why they are superior to the others that are being talked about on the show tomorrow night. And we'll be ranking them and stating our cases. There will be PowerPoint presentations. It's going to be fucking wild. And we're starting in this series talking about video games specifically, and what better video game to start with than Mass Effect. So that is the subject for tomorrow's stream. That will be at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Again, that is on the Magi RPG channel. I will shout them out here. Magi RPG.
I'm doing 2 presentations.
You are doing 2 presentations.
I'm doing 2 presentations. It started off as a joke, and then I made them both.
I went hard on my presentation. I'm not going to tell you who I'm defending, but
I
went hard. Shut the fuck up. Don't guess. Don't guess. I won't confirm or
I'm not gonna say it.
It's
I'm not gonna say it. I just know already. Because I know you.
Shut up. You have to. You have to. You do know. I'm sure you.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
So you're gonna want to tune in tomorrow night. Magi RPG again, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for Defend Your Romance. I made the logo for that show. Yay! We also just announced last night during the Rise of the Conduit stream a new show that is coming to Magi RPG in mid-August called Ignite Recall. And more details will be coming out about that soon, but just know it's gonna be little Cowboy Bebop-esque. So if you want some cool space adventures, stay tuned into all the things happening at Magi RPG. Speaking of Rise of the Conduit, the final episode will be airing this coming Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, again, also on Magi RPG. It is the end of the final season of Rise of the Conduit. It is the end of the campaign. I know, I'm very emotional about this. We've been playing this game for a little over a year, and this is the 4th season of this show. A lot of things have happened. Characters have come and gone, and I'm really intrigued to see how it ends. That's the whole show that got me onto the Magi RPG channel, and now look at me. Holy shit. Which is wild. Also, Aki, because you're in a lot of games with us now, too.
Yeah, I guessed it once, and you guys said, let's keep her.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, no, we're keeping Aki. Like, it's happening. And eventually we'll get probably everybody from the Mistlost crew over on Magi at some point. I'm trying. We'll keep an eye out. So that is happening. And then we'll be back here on this channel Wednesday night Same bat time, same bat channel. So yeah, stay tuned for all those things. If you are going to be at Gen Con, I will be there. I'm mostly going to be hanging out in Indianapolis because fuck Gen Con as an organization, you guys. That's really all I have to say about that. So yeah, if you're going to be in Indy during the time that Gen Con is happening, let me know. I would love to hang out with other TTRPG creators. There's quite a few folks that are meeting up, especially if you're in Castleton. So yeah, check that out. So we're going to go raid into another channel. Probably gonna raid into Magi. Because it
I was
seems
gonna say
like
Magi's
they're-
still going.
I was gonna say it looks like they are still going, so we're gonna go do that. We're gonna start that raid. Magi RPG. Please support our friends over at Magi RPG. They are currently playing Monster of the Week, and the production quality is so fucking good. It is so good. So please join us in this raid, and we will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. See ya. And scream.